And good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to beautiful, sunny Verndale for today's Section 5 Class A Baseball Tournament Opener from the Southeast subsection. I'm Devin Kruger, and we're bringing you this first round single elimination contest between the Pine River-Backus Tigers and the Raiders of Bertha-Hewitt, Verndale. Thank you so much for joining us as we welcome you to our Station 371 pregame show. Restock on food, fuel, and bait at locally owned Station 371 on Highway 371 in Pine River. Station 371 has your bait and tackle, quality Cenex gasoline, and they're one of the only area fuel stations with kerosene and off-road diesel. Station 371 in Pine River. Could not ask for a better day for baseball here today, as of course we've been on the roller coaster ride that is springtime in Minnesota. Highs near 90, lows in the 30s, rain, and today upper 60s and an absolutely gorgeous day. It is a little bit breezy. I am in a press box here in Verndale. The wind is behind me. It's kind of blowing out right field where there's a bit of a short porch. 317 down the line, actually 311, a little shorter in the right center field gap, but then it gets really deep out in center, 367, and down the left field line here in Verndale. Where is that sign? 329. But beautiful day for baseball. It's a 5A section tournament matchup between Pine River-Backus and Bertha-Hewitt Verndale. We'll take you through how our two teams stack up coming into today's contest. We'll hopefully get both coach interviews in. Pine River-Backus already doing their infield, outfield. So we'll try to move things along, get the coach interviews in, and all the good stuff heading towards first pitch scheduled for the top of the hour. Bertha-Hewitt Verndale and Pine River-Backus playoff baseball coming up on your live event.com.
Reliability, a wonderful place to live. Pine River, Backus, and PRB Schools. PRB Schools is a small school district with large district opportunities, providing activities and classes that involve students, making sure every student has everything to be successful. PRB Schools offers a variety of community education programs, a great way to learn new skills hands-on with others within the community. Making connections with families, being involved with the community, becoming a community family, prbschools.org.
More big news from Wides Major Appliance in Brainerd. Wides announces a new line to offer you. Now, stop in to see the incredible line of appliances from Speed Queen. Speed Queens are tested to last 25 years, offers warranties up to 7 years parts and labor, and is the recommended brand by most service people. With Speed Queen and Crosley, plus service, parts, and used appliances, Wides is your one-stop appliance shop for major appliances without the major price. See Wides Major Appliance on Oak Street in Brainerd.
And welcome back to the pregame show. Devin Kruger here with you as we get set for today's 5A Southeast subsection first round matchup. Let's take you through the comparison. Bertha-Hewitt Verndale, the number 3 seed from the Park Region Conference. They are 6-12 overall. 4-4 in section play. Dylan Cart said 4-2. 4-4 was where my source was. So somewhere in that 4-win to 2-4 loss range. The Bertha-Hewitt Verndale Raiders started the year 6-4. They have lost 8 straight coming into the tournament, including a loss last Thursday, May 15th, in their regular season finale, 7-3 to Sabika. The last win for the Raiders this year was on April 26th. So they are obviously hoping for a big-time change coming into today's tournament. The Raiders scoring 5.2 runs per contest. They're allowing 8.7. The Pine River-Backus Tigers come in at 9-8 on this year, 5-6 in section play, scoring 8.7 runs per game, allowing 6.5. They're coming off a 5-0 win Monday over Ogilvie, who's the top seed in the Southeast subsection of 5A baseball. The Tigers have won 3 of their last 4. You look at that and you're thinking, well, why is Bertha-Hewitt Verndale the number 3 seed? Why is Pine River-Backus the number 6 seed? Well, probably for 2 reasons. The Park Region Conference, Bertha-Hewitt Verndale, a tough conference schedule, plays a few more AA teams. That, of course, boosts that QRF ranking in terms of the MinnesotaScores.net website. And these two teams met game 2 of the season, and it was all Raiders. They won 12-1 in that matchup. It was the second game of the season for both. Obviously, both hoping that they're playing better ball now, even with the Raiders on a pretty long losing skid coming in. Last year, Bertha-Hewitt Verndale won the regular season meeting, but then Pine River-Backus turned it around and beat the Raiders 6-2 in the first round of the tournament. I was there. I might have a couple of fun tidbits from that one when the game goes on. That's how the teams stack up heading to today's matchup. Let's take a break. When we come back, we'll get our coach interviews. First, we'll actually listen to Mike Donnell, head coach of the PRB Tigers, and then if there is time, we'll also get Dylan Card in. I had a great chat with him from the Raiders of Bertha-Hewitt Verndale. This is the Station 371 pregame show. It is playoff baseball on yourliveevent.com.
Gas each week just by shopping at your locally owned Pequot Lake Super Value on Patriot Avenue in Pequot Lakes. Pequot Lake Super Value offers simple and convenient curbside pickup. Order online at shop.pequotlakesupervalue.com. We shop for you and you simply pick them up at our front door. Save on gas too, earning 10 cents of savings on gas for every $100 spent on groceries. For quality service and freshness, shop Pequot Lake Super Value. Good luck, area teams. There's way more than bowling at Community Bowl and Pizzeria in Pine River. Community Bowl and Pizzeria serves the best pizza in the Lakes area. Or feast on burgers, great appetizers, huge calzones, hoagies, and wings. They invite you to bring the whole family in for a great time. Open bowling offered 7 days a week. Ask about joining a league. Moonlight Bowling is every Saturday evening. Ask about group rates, birthday parties, and other specials at Community Bowl and Pizzeria, downtown Pine River, 218-587-3100.
We're back with you on the Station 371 pregame show, and joining us now, Mike Donnell, head coach for the Pine River-Backus Tigers. Thrilled to be here on a gorgeous day, finally, for some baseball, Coach, and getting the playoffs started in Verndale. Thanks for a few minutes before showtime here.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Coming in, a 9-8 end to the regular season, including winning 3 of your last 4. What has stood out to you about the way your guys have built a little momentum into the playoffs?
Well, part of that is scheduling. It's who you play and when you play them. But nonetheless, I thought the boys have played loose. They played with a little more enthusiasm, and they've limited some of the mistakes that they were making, or we were making, I should say, earlier in the year.
Well, and part of that, one of those wins when you talk scheduling is you just took down the top seed in Ogilvie in your regular season finale, a 5-0 win. Take us through that game, Coach. What went so well for the Tigers?
Well, I think what went well there was we had 2 pitchers throw, and they both, threw strikes, and we made the plays behind them, and that kept us close. And then nothing, grand happened at the plate, but when we had people on, we made good decisions on the base paths, and we put the ball in play hard when we had people on base. So kind of all those things lined up for us. And you get a couple stellar plays, one from our freshman in left field who throws a guy out at home plate for the 3rd out and kind of creates some energy and some buzz for us. So things like that help too.
You're in Verndale taking on Bertha-Hewitt Verndale. They won a very early contest against you, and they won by a wide margin. We got Dylan's take on it. What was your take in that first meeting, and obviously some of the key things that you're wanting to turn around today?
Yeah, I think broken record here for myself is that our pitching, whether starting or relieving, has to throw strikes. We have to challenge Bertha-Hewitt Verndale to hit the ball and put the ball in play and pat them on the back if they do so for base hits. But we're going to have to, not walk and not hit guys and give them free 90s. I believe we had, 4 or 5 errors in that game as well, and usually those errors lead to runs. So we got to limit the walks and we got to limit the errors in the field.
This is the same meeting as you had in the first round last year. We took the trip to Bertha. You were able to get that win. If you can put some of those key pieces, especially on the defensive side, together, where do you think you have to be? What do you have to be looking for offensively against what presumably is their number 1 guy?
Yeah, we have to compete up at the plate. I mean, strikeouts kill you, and we are definitely capable of putting up too many strikeouts offensively. So if we can find ways to put the ball in play or hit the ball hard somewhere, we got a much better chance of being in this game.
Coach, beautiful day. Obviously thrilled to be here. We wishing the Tigers the best luck as always, Coach.
Yeah, appreciate it. Thanks for having us.
Mike Donnell, head coach for Pine River-Backus, as we break more pregame for playoff baseball right after this here on yourliveevent.com.
LLC is ready to serve you with any excavation project. Shrump Excavating provides residential and commercial new construction site prep, demolition, road and driveway construction, basement septic system design and installation, stump or brush removal, and delivery of sand, gravel, rock, dirt, and more. 42 years and still digging it right. Shrump Excavating will have your project done right and on time, serving Pine River, Backus, Pequot Lakes, and all the surrounding communities. Shrump Excavating LLC. Online at shrumpexcavating.com.
And we welcome you back. Going to come back live as they are already talking with the umpires. So that's telling me that even though we're scheduled for a 5 o'clock start, not only are we going to start early, looks like we're going to start quite early here today. So with that, we want to take a look at the batting orders, make sure we get things set up there for your the batting order. Of course, Pine River-Backus is the visiting team here on the Station 371 pregame show. Let's take it through. Leading off in center field will be senior Grady Mongan. Hitting second behind the plate, junior Andrew Volk. Hitting third at second base, senior Eli Abraham. Batting cleanup and pitching for the Tigers, junior Jonathan Sjogren. Hitting fifth at first base, senior Dalton Myers. Hitting sixth, junior third baseman Torrin Desmond. Hitting seventh in right field, junior Owen Dable. Hitting eighth at shortstop, junior Ozzy Swidajewski. And hitting ninth for the Tigers, freshman left fielder Gage Parkin. Again, for the Tigers, it is going to be Grady Mongan, Volk, Abraham, Sjogren, Myers, Desmond, Owen Dable, Swidajewski, and Parkin. For the Bertha-Hewitt Verndale Raiders, the number 3 seed, 6-12 on the season for head coach Dylan Card. Leading off and pitching, sophomore Jalen Hinsman. Batting second at second base, freshman Joseph Elfstrom. Hitting third, senior center fielder Sean Schmitz. Hitting cleanup at shortstop, sophomore Braylon DeLeon. Hitting fifth, freshman third baseman Owen Weir. Hitting sixth, behind the plate, catching junior Zane Waldall. Hitting seventh for the Raiders in right field, senior Jacob Schmitz. Hitting eighth, freshman first baseman Chase Jensen. And hitting ninth, sophomore left fielder Kyler Vertina. Neither team using the designated hitter today. For the Raiders, Hinsman, Elfstrom, Sean Schmitz, DeLeon, Weir, Waldall, Jacob Schmitz, Jensen, and Vertina. Those are your batting orders. They do have a PA here, so they might do pre-game announcements and an anthem. So with that, we will take a break. We will try to sneak in Dylan Card's pre-game interview, and if we have time, we'll play it all. And we are getting set. It is the Station 371 pre-game show for high school baseball. It's playoff time on yourliveevent.com.
More big news from Wides Major Appliance in Brainerd. Wides announces a new line to offer you. Now, stop in to see the incredible line of appliances from Speed Queen. Speed Queens are tested to last 25 years, offers warranties up to 7 years parts and labor, and is the recommended brand by most service people. With Speed Queen and Crosley, plus service, parts, and used appliances, Wides is your one-stop appliance shop for major appliances without the major price. See Wides Major Appliance on Oak Street in Brainerd.
When you have a project calling for concrete, contact the pros at Shingle Decker Concrete and Construction, offering high-quality professional masonry and concrete services to the Pillager and Brainerd Lakes area. The team of skilled craftsmen with Shingle Decker Concrete and Construction is ready to help for foundations, patios, driveways, colored and stamped concrete, and much more. For your residential and light commercial concrete jobs, call Shingle Decker Concrete and Construction at 218-639-2374. Fully licensed and offering free estimates.
Come. Welcome back to our Station 371 pregame show for playoff baseball today. As now joining us is Dylan Card, head coach for the Raiders of Bertha-Hewitt Verndale. Well, at the roller coaster ride we've been on weather-wise, you couldn't have dialed up a more perfect day to start the baseball playoffs, Coach. Great to be here in Verndale, and thanks for joining us.
Yeah, no problem.
6-12 coming in after the regular season. If the things that I look at are correct, you lost your last 8. Coming in, what's that main message to your guys about turning it around now that the playoffs are starting?
Yeah, we're 4-2 in the section, so super tough conference. We knew that coming in. We've always had a super tough conference schedule, so trying to get more section games. They're able to play 2 on a Saturday up in Nevis, but our section record is always good, and we did it 4 years ago. Went to the state tournament having 2 wins on the year, and so it's possible, and we know we can do it. So we're just going to try to feed off that.
Well, and obviously one of those section wins was against Pine River-Backus earlier in the year. Just taking through the regular season with the tough conference schedule, Are you kind of where you expected to be from the expectations coming in?
Yeah, I mean, a couple injuries, lost a couple tight games that we probably shouldn't have lost, but with our injuries to our pitching staff, probably should have won a couple more conference games, but I think we saved pitching for section games, which is kind of why our section record is the way it was, and so that is, yeah, probably more of that.
You took on Pine River-Backus very early in the year. You were able to win fairly handily. What did you recall? What did you revisit from that first meeting with the Tigers?
I think they had trouble throwing strikes early, and that hasn't been their MO the last couple games. So, but when they had trouble throwing strikes, we were able to get to their third, fourth pitcher and kind of take advantage of that. So hopefully we can put the ball in play, do that. But yeah, I think they're a lot better team than we played early, so we're going to have to make the plays and do things right.
Well, and I think coming in, everybody's hoping that they're playing a lot better now rather than game 2 of the season. Take us through your pitcher for today. What does he bring? What are you looking for?
He throws a lot of strikes. He does a really good job having confidence on the mound. He did not start against them the first time, which probably our second pitcher who started against them the first time. But he just does a really nice job. He's had a really good conference record for us, been our best pitcher all year. So we're just hoping that with it being a single elimination game, we're going to throw him out there and get through the first one.
Well, and obviously I have to bring that up. I did the same game last year in Bertha. They were able to come on that field and get the win. For the guys that were on last year's team, have you sensed or has it been brought up about, wanting to flip that script a little bit this year?
Yeah, I think they know that anything can happen, even though they won by 10 runs early. They came in and beat us. The same exact thing happened last year, so hopefully we can flip that script. We just got to go make the plays and keep throwing strikes, and not really something we did last year. So.
Should be a fun one here today. Obviously, a gorgeous day. Coach, thanks for the time. Good luck to you and the Raiders.
Yes, thank you.
You bet. Dylan Card, head coach for Bertha-Hewitt Verndale, join us as we break more pregame right after this here on yourliveevent.com. Pizza Ranch of Baxter and Little Falls. Pizza Ranch features plenty of pizza, a sensible salad bar, famous fried chicken, all the fixins, and delectable dessert. Buffet your way. Pizza Ranch on Edgewood Drive in Baxter and in Little Falls. Stop into Reed's Market and Gas Express in Cross Lake. While there, be sure to pick up Reed's Hardwood Smoked Meats, made in Reed's very own smokehouse, located on County Road 3 and open at 7 a.m. 7 days a week. Shop Reed's Market in Cross Lake. Whether it's work or school, reliable technology is crucial. If it's not performing, talk to Watt Computer Solutions in Jenkins, your electronics expert, and voted #1 best computer and tech repair in the Brainerd Lakes area. Repair, upgrade, or buy new. Watt Computer Solutions in Jenkins. And we welcome you back, wrapping up the Station 371 pregame show. And here I said they were going to start early, but I kind of forgot they were doing announcements, anthem, and everything. We are ready. Thank you, Station 371 in Pine River, for sponsoring our pregame show. With summer coming up, make sure you get your quality Cenex gasoline. Get your fishing license and everything. I was told the scoreboard does not work here at at Anderson Field. We're at Anderson Field here in Verndale for this 5A first round single elimination tournament. The winner will advance to the double elimination format for the 5A baseball tournament. I was looking up a lot of softball scores. We had games earlier today on yourliveevent.com and on radio stations. But whoever wins this one will head to Tuesday for the next round. High seed will host. So for Pine River-Backus, they would either host East Central or travel to Mille Lacs on Tuesday for the next round. Looking at the defense for Bertha-Hewitt Verndale, Jalen Hintzman, the sophomore, on the hill. Zane Waldall at catcher. A very young infield. Freshman Chase Jensen at first. Freshman Joseph Elstrom at second. Freshman Owen Weir at third. Sophomore Braylon DeLeon, the shortstop. The outfielders left to right. Sophomore Kyler Bertina. Senior Sean Schmitz. And senior Jacob Schmitz for Bertha-Hewitt Verndale. The number 3 seed, 6-12 on the season. Pine River-Backus head coached by Mike Donnell, 9-8 in the regular season. Winners of 3 of their last 4. They come in as the number 6 seed. Again, Bertha-Hewitt Verndale defeated the Tigers 12-1 early in the season. With an absolutely glorious spot in the press box here in Verndale, Devin Kruger with you. Thrilled to be here for some high school baseball on this picture-perfect day. Today's coverage is brought to you in part, of course, by the great advertisers and sponsors you hear throughout the broadcast. Also, by Country Dock Veterinary Clinic in Pine River, Tremolo Communications, and Backus Locker. Top of the first inning, Grady Mongan, Andrew Volk, and Eli Abraham due up for the PRB Tigers as we are getting ready to get underway. Grady Mongan hitting .317 on the season. Stats are across about 5 different sheets of paper, so I was going to try to tape them together, but didn't have time. First pitch, a bouncer to left side, and that one is knocked down at short, but no chance to throw out Grady Mongan as he puts one right in the deep hole, and it's a one-pitch base hit. Pine River-Backus as Grady Mongan is on board. So 1 on and to lead off the game, and Andrew Volk will step in, hitting .302 on the season. He's got 5 doubles to his credit. 7 RBIs as Hintzman a throw over to first and Mongan back standing. Not sure if that's Mongan. It has 21 stolen bases. He's got a decent lead. Hintzman right from the stretch. Here's the pitch, and that one in tight. Volk had to back up. 1 ball, no strikes to Andrew Volk. Thank you for joining us on this beautiful day from Verndale. Leadoff runner on. Here's the kick and the pitch, and here's a swing and a foul fly ball lifted to left. It's curving and it is foul. Volk way in front of that one. It's 1-1. They even let me have the entire top of the press box all to myself here today. Awfully nice of the folks here in Verndale. Pine River-Backus girls stayed alive in the 5A softball tournament. They're playing again right now. Here's the 1-1 to Volk. Breaking ball chopped left side. Tough play. Charging in Weir at third, and he will eat it. Andrew Volk with the swinging bunt. Successful for a base hit, and Pine River-Backus gets the first 2 on here in the top of the first. Brings up Eli Abraham hitting .324 on the year. He's got himself 4 doubles, 16 driven in. So Mongan at second, Volk at first, and Abraham, the senior second baseman, steps in. Corner first baseman, and here's a swing and a bouncer left side, could be 2. They throw to third for 1, and Weir will not throw to first. Good smart play to not force it. Good high hopper, and Eli Abraham's aboard with a fielder's choice. Mongan forced off 6-5 at third for the opening out today. Unfortunate bounce for the Tigers is that one. An easy hop for De Leon at short. So 1 out with 2 aboard for Jonathan Sjogren, the pitcher. Sjogren hitting .415 on the year. Hintzman working from the stretch early in this one. The kick and the pitch, breaking ball, bounced foul towards the PRB dugout, and the Tigers are coming out very aggressive at the plate. Partly why Hintzman started Sjogren off with a breaking ball. Sjogren 2 doubles and a triple to his credit. 20 runs batted in for the junior. Peek back at second. Hintzman delivers a fastball, swung on, popped up left side. It's tailing towards foul territory, long run, and that one's going to get out of play. So Sjogren will stay alive at the count, no balls and 2 strikes. There is a bit of a breeze. It's blowing straight out center field. Unfortunately, this will be one of the rare games this year where I wish the breeze was coming through the press box. It's not. Dalton Myers is on deck. Tigers trying to put something together early. 2 on with 1 out. Raiders got a force out at third. Hintzman, the 0-2, and that fastball upstairs. Sjogren gives it a good look. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Coach Mike Donnell down in the third base coach's box, still wearing a long sleeve sweatshirt. Gosh, what's going on? Getting ready to head into Memorial Day weekend. The playoffs are getting underway. Hintzman's 1-2 is a breaking ball swung and chopped foul, and he'll stay alive at 1-2. Dalton Myers good and ready with a couple of baseballs to toss to the home plate ump. Anderson Field, nice complex on the edge of Verndale, and now at a baseball, Dalton Myers had it laying on the ground, and the base umpire says pick that up and put it in your pocket because just in case a pop fly goes over there, you don't want that ball being stepped on. Good call there by the base umpire for safety. First baseman in on the grass in Jensen. Here's a pitch, and so there's another roller up along third and foul. And Sjogren battling with Hintzman, forcing the BHV starter to throw a lot of pitches, which we haven't seen a whole lot of with the at-bats so far. Pine River-Backus softball defeated Sabika 12-9 in their first elimination game. Now taking on Northam Kellier up in Hill City. Here's the 1-2 and a swing and a miss. Sjogren chased one high, and that's a big out for Jalen Hintzman and the BHV Raiders. First strikeout. And now here's Dalton Myers as the Tigers try to put something together with 2 outs. And now we're going to have a courtesy runner. Volk was at second base, but now with 2 outs, Coach Mike Donnell will put in a courtesy runner so that Volk can go start getting the catching gear on. Reese Trumbull. So Trumbull will be at second base. Eli Abraham's at first. No score, 2 down. And the batter is Dalton Myers, who's hitting .250 on the season with 11 RBIs. 2 outs here in the top of the first. Jalen Hintzman, the high kick and a big breaking ball that stays way upstairs, 1-0. One ball, no strikes to the senior first baseman for the Tigers. Here comes the other one. Fastball, big swing, but a miss. Myers got his head in front a little bit of that one. 1 ball, 1 strike. Well, the Tigers had the first 2 aboard to lead off the game. Don't want to come away empty. Raiders got a force out at third and a big strikeout by Hintzman. The sophomore with the kick in the 1-1. Fastball swung on and missed again. And Myers giving a mighty cut at it. But came up empty. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Hintzman shakes off the first one he gets from the catcher Waldall. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here it comes. Runners go. It's upstairs. The throw down to third, and that's going to be in time. Perhaps expecting a breaking ball, Coach Janelle wanted to get some action on the base pads. Myers took a ball, and he will lead off the second as Trumbull is gunned down, caught stealing at third at 2-5. Coach Mike Donnell getting aggressive on the base pads, but at this point, it costs the Tigers that chance to score in the top of the first. No runs on a pair of hits. No Bertha-Hewitt Verndale errors, and 1 runner was left on base. We are scoreless after half an inning, and the Bertha-Hewitt Verndale Raiders come to the plate for the first time when we come back here on YourLiveEvent.com.
Family Marketplace in Pine River is your local grocery store where you can find it all and still enjoy the local hometown atmosphere. Every Wednesday, Hugo's Family Marketplace features gallons of milk at just $2 for $6. They cut all of their own meat, and there is always something fresh in the bakery. A great deli, too. Stop by Hugo's Family Marketplace, where you will always be greeted with a smile. Visit them online at PineRiverFamilyMarket.com for the weekly ad, coupons, fun recipes to try, and more.
Country Doc Veterinary Clinic in Pine River salutes and supports our area athletes. No matter the sport, they applaud the kids and coaches for all their dedication and wish them all the best of luck. Country Doc Veterinary Clinic also thanks all the coaches, staff, officials, and volunteers for taking the time to provide our area kids plenty of opportunities. Country Doc Veterinary Clinic, east of Pine River on County Road 1, providing compassionate small animal care for your beloved pets. Von Hansen's Meat Market in Baxter wishes all the area teams the best of luck. Von Hansen's is more than the best selection of quality meats. Try their famous specialty pretzels. Von Hansen's in Baxter and at vonhansens.com. We bring you the best.
We are back. Devin Kruger with you. And the Bertha-Hewitt Verndale Raiders will come to the plate in a scoreless tie. Leading off will be the pitcher, Jalen Hintzman. And he'll be followed by second baseman Joseph Elfstrom and center fielder Sean Schmitz. Pine River-Backus is Jonathan Sjogren. And the first pitch is a fastball high, ball 1. Sjogren on the year 2-3, a record 36 innings pitched, 25 runs allowed, 11 earned on 37 hits, 35 strikeouts against just 11 walks, a 2.13 ERA. For next offering, popped up on the right side. Center field running in, making the call, and making the running catch was Owen Dable from right. Grady Mongan had called for it. Dable had a good angle on it, made a nice running catch, and Hintzman retired for the opening out in the bottom of the first inning. No score and nobody on board for Joseph Elstrom, the freshman center field second baseman. And he takes the first pitch from Sjogren and rolls it right back up the middle for a one-out single. Well, both teams getting the batters up swinging.
Number 2, Sean Schmitz.
So now Sean Schmitz, senior center fielder. This Bertha-Hewitt Verndale lineup, 2 seniors, 1 junior, 3 sophomores, 3 freshmen. River-Backus, 3 seniors, 5 juniors, and 1 freshman. No score, bottom of the first. Myers will hold Elstrom, not a big lead at all. Sjogren, first pitch to Sean Schmitz, low, and Andrew Volk had it bounce. He didn't quite see it. It bounced to his left. And that one was low, and that'll be a wild pitch, moving Elstrom up to second base, and Bertha-Hewitt Verndale has a runner in scoring position. No score, runner now at second with 1 out. 1-0 to Sean Schmitz, the left-handed batter, and he takes a called strike. It's 1-1. This is one of those where I was talking with Coach Janelle about the fact that the scoreboard is inoperable here in Verndale. And he said, yep, going to be one of those games. Got to make sure you're asking the umpire what's the count. Make sure you know all your situations. Don't rely on the scoreboard. As here's a swing and a high pop left side foul territory and a long run, and that one is going to just get out of play. That was a really long run for Gage Parkin and left and just ran out of real estate. Left-handed batting, Sean Schmitz stays alive. Again, Pine River back. These 2 teams met last year in the first round of the playoffs. Tigers ended up coming out of Bertha with a 6-2 win. Here's the pitch, and that one in the dirt. That time, good backhand by Volk. 2-2 to Schmitz, the senior center fielder. Elstrom at second with 1 out for Bertha-Hewitt Verndale. Nice crowd has come out to watch some baseball, and where else would you want to be on a day like today? Okay, maybe on the lake, doing some fishing. Plenty of time to do that this weekend. Here's one chopped off the plate. That one fouled towards the Raiders dugout. It stays 2-2 for Sean Schmitz. Bertha Verndale with white pants today, gray shirts with green sleeves, blue numbers and letters trimmed in green. Nice color scheme for the Raiders. Tigers in the black jerseys, white pants, orange numbers and letters trimmed in white. Now here's a turn, and Sjogren bluffs a throw back. Swidajewski was sneaking behind Elstrom, and they were just trying to see with Sjogren making that spin move. They were just trying to see if they could catch him taking a step the wrong way. Now here's the pitch, and a pop-up left side again, and this one is going to carry just missing. It was close to the fence, and giving chase over there was Torrin Desmond, and actually would have it stayed in the yard, but Desmond was getting really close to the fence, so had to slow down his stride and just didn't quite pick it. This will be pitch number 7 in the at-bat. Sjogren checks in with Volk. A 2-2 to Sean Schmitz. Upstairs, count full. Sjogren tried to drop that curve in, and it just stayed above the letters. I had a good view of that one here. So now a full count, and the payoff pitch, a swing and a bouncer to the right side, scooped up at second. The easy toss to Myers at first, and there are 2 away as Elstrom advances to third. Pretty routine play for Eli Abraham there at second base, and now here's sophomore Braylon De Leon. De Leon, just a sophomore. I remember him playing last year. Actually, quite a few of these guys, even though this Bertha-Hewitt Verndale team is young. I remember a lot of these names from last year. 2 outs and runner at third. We have no score. First pitch, a big rip and a miss as De Leon was late on the fastball from Sjogren. It's 0-1. Pine River-Backus had first and second with nobody out in the top of the first, did not score. Raiders have a runner at third as Sjogren's 0-1 fastball misses tall. 1 ball, 1 strike. Pequot Lakes softball playing down at St. Ben's today. They're on KLKS Talk 100 and RJBroadcasting.com as here's a 1-1, and that one just sails wide as Sjogren threw the slider on him. It's 2-1 to De Leon. Owen Weir is on deck. Alstrom at third, and actually I was just going to mention he was being held on by Desmond, and sure enough, Sjogren stepped off the rubber and pump faked the throw. Here's a 1-2, swinging a foul back. 2-2 to De Leon. Coach Nell was telling me with Sjogren, you know, he doesn't walk a lot of batters and doesn't strike out a whole lot of batters. He said you can expect the ball to be put in play against Sjogren. 2-2, here it is, breaking ball, and that one stayed high. Tiger fans are going to want that strike called because of where Volk caught it, but it was a little above the letters. Good location, good hold by De Leon to take the ball. Full count. The step in the pitch, swung on and chopped foul, boy, and De Leon chased ball 4. It was down near the dirt. But with 3-2, you know, you can get a little antsy at the plate knowing you have to protect. You don't want to be called out on a third strike. So he did Sjogren a favor, went after it and fouled it off. Sjogren working quickly, another pitch, and that one is off the plate outside. Didn't miss by much. De Leon knew it was off the plate, and he takes the trot to first.
Number 17.
So first and third for the freshman third baseman, Owen Weir. He played in last year's game. Kind of forgot I have that scorebook. I got to check that out. You know, first time they get up to the plate, it's a lot of rehashing things. No score, 2 outs, bottom of the first. Weir, an 8th grader, played in right field last year, and now here's the turn and the throw. They're going to try the rundown play. Here's Sjogren. The throw to first. The run will score. Bertha-Hewitt Verndale runs it to perfection. There's a throw to second and out at second. But Bertha-Hewitt Verndale does exactly what they wanted to do, as purposely getting caught in a rundown was Braylon De Leon. He stayed alive long enough that Joseph Alstrom scores. De Leon is out on a 1-3 6 putout. Technically caught stealing, but Coach Dylan Card pumped his fist, as that is exactly what Bertha-Hewitt Verndale wanted. Is you get caught in that rundown, you stay alive for that run to cross the plate. You get tagged out before that run crosses, it doesn't count, of course, but the Raiders ran that play to perfect execution, and they get on the board first. In the bottom of the first inning, the inning ends with Bertha-Hewitt Verndale scoring a run. 1 run on 1 hit, no PRB errors, and nobody left on base. After 5A tournament baseball, it is 1-0 Raiders on your liveevent.com.
Nisswa would like to be your go-to store. They keep inventory fresh, this year adding Chubbies and Thread wallets with more new products coming. Check their Facebook page for updates. Martin's continues to be the premier dealer for sunglasses from Maui Jim, Oakley, Costa, Blender, SunCloud, and Smith. But wait, there's more. Martin Sports Shop's selection of swimsuits, quality sandals, wake surf, water skis, tubes, and so much more. Come in, say hi, and they'll show you all Martin Sports Shop has to offer in downtown Nisswa.
Bliss Salon and Boutique in Pequot Lakes is your top spot for hair, makeup, and lash extensions. And no surprise, they've done it again. Bliss is a 2025 Best of Weddings pick on the Knot magazine and our Hall of Famers. And Bliss Salon and Boutique is so much more. Find lots of beautiful locally made and handcrafted accessories and jewelry. Plus, pick up some Pequot Lakes' own Oofta Juice. Stop and see the awesome gals at Bliss Salon and Boutique on Main Street in downtown Pequot Lakes.
We welcome you back. We head to the top of the second inning. 5A baseball. This is single elimination. Bertha-Hewitt Verndale with a 1-0 lead as Dalton Myers will step in. He, of course, was at the plate when Reese Trumbull was caught stealing. Pine River-Backus trying to move batters up, so Myers will start over with a clean count again, hitting .250 on the season. Last year, Myers was the DH in the playoff game and went 1 for 4 with a run scored, and he'll take a ball from Jalen Hintzman, 1-0. So it's Myers, Desmond, and Owen Dable due up here in the top of the second. Here's the next one, and that one is a called strike. 1 ball, 1 strike to the senior first baseman, Myers. And last year, the Tigers ended up winning 6-2. Now here's a swing and a foul straight back out of play. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Hintzman didn't get to work from the windup very long in the first inning. The leadoff single by Grady Mungan. And now here's a breaking ball, and Myers able to keep the hands back just enough, get a piece of it, sent it flying foul out of play. We'll do it again. You get fooled on that breaking ball, you're way in front of it. That was a great job by Myers to keep his hands back enough to get a piece of it. Hintzman with the 1-2 and a breaking ball, and that one stays high. It's 2-2. We've seen a couple of those where that curveball, where the catcher catches it, it would be a strike, but it's curving in right above the letters. Been pretty consistent on that so far. Hintzman quickly into the wind at a 2-2, and here's a soft little flare left side, picked up by Weir at third. The toss to first in time. Good play by Weir going in front of the shortstop, De Leon. 5-3 the putout, 1 away for Torrin Desmond, junior third baseman. Desmond hitting .250 on the year. Desmond did not appear in last year's meeting between these two, at least the playoff meeting. Nobody on and 1 down here. Top of the second, Raiders by 1. Here's the fastball strike to start Desmond, 0-1. Desmond on the year, 6 hits in 24 at-bats. All of them are singles. Hintzman quickly into the windup. The 0-1 fastball, and that one is off the plate outside, 1-1. Hintzman kind of mixes up his rhythm, shakes off a couple of signs, takes a step, pauses, and then into the windup. Now throws a curveball in the dirt, 2-1 to Torrin Desmond. Owen Dable due up next for the PRB Tigers. Hintzman ready. Here's the pitch. Fastball swung on and missed. Desmond way late on that one, 2-2. Zane Waldall takes peek into the dugout, gets the pitch call, and then flashes that signal. Hintzman, the 2-2, and a breaking ball, and a good take by Desmond. Started leaning, kept the bat back, and it's a full count. Three balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch, and a swing and a foul. We'll do it again. Tigers again had first and second, got the first 2 guys aboard, did not score. With 1 away, here's another payoff pitch for Desmond. Fastball swung on and fouled back. Desmond battling. Hintzman threw just 15 pitches in that first inning. We saw both teams come up pretty aggressive, and Sjogren threw just 18 in the first inning. Hintzman already into the windup, another payoff pitch, and that one's in the dirt, and Torrin Desmond coaxes a great walk for the Tigers. First walk issued by Hintzman, and now here's junior right fielder Owen Dable. Dable hitting just 140 on the season, but he does have a double and a triple to his credit with 13 runs batted in. Junior right fielder steps in, 1 on, 1 out. Top of inning number 2 with the BHV Raiders up 1-0. Hintzman back to the stretch. Here's a turn and a throw back. Desmond dives back safe. Out of the entire infield for Bertha-Hewitt Verndale, Zane Waldall, the catcher, is the junior, and he's the oldest one. We're in on the grass at third as there's a fastball strike. No balls and a strike to Owen Dable. Dable kept the bat up. Desmond an extra half step off of first. Here's a pitch. Fastball swung on and missed. Hintzman staying with the heat, and Dable swinging over the top. It's 0-2. Hinsman getting a little more in a quicker rhythm. The 0-2 and a fastball swung on and missed. Stayed with the heat and puts down Dable on 3 pitches. 2 down now for junior shortstop Ozzie Swidajewski. Swidajewski hitting 146 on the year, 6 hits, all singles. With 1 RBI, he's got a runner on first with 2 outs in Torrin Desmond. 1-0. Here's the throw back to first. Desmond slides back safe again. Decent move there by Hinsman on the hill. Having a superb pickoff move is very, very difficult. Here's the first pitch, and Swidajewski a half swing, but a strike at the knees anyway, 0-1. Swidajewski takes a peek down at head coach Donnell. Now looks over. Hinsman peeks at first. Here's the kick and the pitch, and a swing and a foul back. That one actually hit one of the posts of the fence, flies back towards the field. 0-2 to Swidajewski.
Balls is greatly appreciated. Thank you.
Pequot Lakes and Melrose scoreless after 4 in the 6AA softball tournament. Here comes the 0-2 to Swidajewski. Breaking ball and a called strike 3. This time the curve came in across the zone. Swidajewski called out on strike 3, and that ends the Tigers' second. No runs, no hits. 1 left on. It stays Bertha-Hewitt Verndale 1 and Pine River-Backus nothing more. Playoff baseball right after this on yourliveevent.com.
Calling for concrete, contact the pros at Shingle Decker Concrete and Construction, offering high-quality professional masonry and concrete services to the Pillager and Brainerd Lakes area. The team of skilled craftsmen with Shingle Decker Concrete and Construction is ready to help for foundations, patios, driveways, colored and stamped concrete, and much more. For your residential and light commercial concrete jobs, call Shingle Decker Concrete and Construction at 218-639-2374. Fully licensed and offering free estimates.
Martin Sports Shop in Nisswa would like to be your go-to store. They keep inventory fresh, this year adding Chubbies and Thread wallets with more new products coming. Check their Facebook page for updates. Martin's continues to be the premier dealer for sunglasses from Maui Jim, Oakley, Costa, Blender, SunCloud, and Smith. But wait, there's more. Martin Sports Shop's selection of swimsuits, quality sandals, wake surf, water skis, tubes, and so much more. Come in, say hi, and they'll show you all Martin Sports Shop has to offer in downtown Nisswa.
We head to the bottom of the second, right as word came across that the Pine River-Backus girls softball team is still alive, winning 2 elimination games over in Hill City today, topping Sabika 12-9, and they just defeated Calgary Northholm, sending home the number 3 seed 5-4. Congratulations, Coach Kinzer and the PRB Tigers.
Third baseman, number 17, Owen Weir.
Owen Weir will be starting off the bottom of the second. First pitch, swinging a liner, and right to, and a great catch by Swidajewski. Left-handed batting Weir, and he hit that on a rope. It was curving, and Swidajewski had to reach across his body, and on one pitch, Weir is out. Weir was 3 for 3 in the game last year at the bottom of the order as an 8th grader. Here comes Zane Waldall, the junior catcher. Wald was 0 for 3 in last year's playoff meeting. Here's the first pitch from Sjogren, and that one inside, ball 1. Bertha-Hewitt Verndale, 1-0. As the 1-0 misses, and it's 2-0 to the catcher. Sjogren set, delivers, and it's in the dirt. 3-0 to the catcher is Waldall. Sjogren works quickly, really kind of from the stretch the whole time. Now he steps in and misses inside. 4-pitch walk to Waldall. Second walk issued by Sjogren. And again, Sjogren only had issued 11 walks in 36 innings coming into this game. We will have a courtesy runner. Courtesy runner for
Number 21, Liam Sunday.
it's Liam Sundby. Sunbee's going to run for Waldo. He's at first. Jacob Schmitz, senior right fielder, is the batter. Jacob Schmitz last year was 0 for 2 with a walk in the playoff meeting. 1-0 Bertha-Hewitt Verndale. Bottom 2, 1 away. Sunbee takes a couple steps off first. Myers holding. Sjogren takes a peek, delivers, and a first pitch half swing strike. Jacob Schmitz just couldn't hold it. That one was close to the strike zone. 0-1 to the senior right fielder. Chase Jensen on deck, barring a double play. Sjogren ready. Step, pitch, and another one low and just tipped foul as that one Schmitz definitely chased out of the zone, but got a piece of it. Ball snuck behind the home plate crew of the catcher and the umpire. Had to look around a little bit. 0-2 to the right fielder. Number 7 batter in the BHV lineup. Sjogren leaning over, taking a peek. Now the step and the pitch, and a called third strike. The way the umpire turned his body, I couldn't even tell if he actually made the signal or not. I was going to say that pitch sure looked good. It was a called third strike on Jacob Schmitz. 2 outs and the first strikeout for Jonathan Sjogren. Sunbee on first with 2 down for the freshman Chase Jensen. Jensen playing first base. Jensen did not appear in last year's meeting, at least the playoff meeting. Now first pitch, a liner, and just over the glove of Abraham at second. Into right field, heading around second and over to third. Now off the glove of Swidajewski, now taking second base. And the throw and getting ready to throw it back to home was Abraham, as an extra base there taken by Chase Jensen. It's going to be a base hit to right. And with the throw from right field, that one went off the glove of Swidajewski. That's going to be an error charge to Swidajewski that allows Jensen to head to second. So he gets a base hit, second hit for Bertha-Hewitt Verndale, second and third for the number 9 batter, sophomore left fielder Kyler Vertina. And the first pitch moves him off the plate inside, ball 1. Well, for Jonathan Sjogren, number 9 batter, you want to try to take care of business. Bertha-Hewitt Verndale up 1-0 with runners at second and third. In last year's playoff meeting, Vertina was 0 for 3, and here is a swing and a miss. Good cut, but empty from the sophomore left fielder. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Excuse me, 1 ball, 1 strike. This one in the dirt. Nice block by Volk. As is typical in a baseball field, plenty of room for the runners to advance if a ball gets by. Volk with the sign. Sjogren takes a peek at third. Here's the 2-1, swinging a chopper off the plate. 2-2 as Vertina fought off a curveball. Vertina asked for a little time to get himself set in the box, again, because Sjogren does not waste any time. 2-2, here it comes, and it's low and outside. Came with the slider, hit the dirt. Volk again got enough of it to keep Sunbee staying at third and Jensen at second. Full count to Vertina. Top of the order is next. Sjogren trying to end the threat. The pitch, swinging a liner, and it's through the left side. 1 run is in. Coming around is Jensen. The throw to the plate is going to be up the line. The throw back to second is also not in time. It is a 2-run single for the number 9 batter as Vertina laced one through the left side. Sunbee and Jensen score, increasing the lead to 3-0. And what a big 2-out knock by Kyler Vertina in the number 9 spot. Bertha-Hewitt Verndale up 3-0, and here's the top of the order, Jalen Hintzman. Hintzman in last year's game was 0 for 4. He flew out to right his first time today. With the runner at second and 2 down, first pitch low and outside, and again, Volk has to make a nice block on it. It's 1-0. So the Raiders find ways to get runs across in the first 2 innings, both with 2 outs. Here's the curveball, and that one pops away from Volk, and heading to third. That'll be a pass ball, and Vertina's at third. And now the throw down the line gets away. Here comes the throw back to the plate. It is in time, and Volk is got it, and the runner out at the plate. Bertha-Hewitt Verndale and Coach Dylan Card, they're perhaps arguing that Volk blocked the plate before the ball got there. And Coach Dylan Card is telling some of the fan base to take it easy. He wants to discuss it. There is a rule that depending on where the ball is, the runner is, and the catcher is not supposed to block the plate unless they have the ball. And so they're talking it over. It doesn't, I mean, I certainly don't think the call is going to change, but it is going to. So Vertina went to third on the pass ball and then gets thrown out by Parkin. 7-2 at the plate for the final out. And Coach Card just asking if Volk perhaps was in the baseline blocking the plate before he had the ball, but we know this is going to stand. New score here in Verndale, 5A section baseball. It's Bertha-Hewitt Verndale 3, Pine River-Backus nothing here on your liveevent.com.
Salon and Boutique in Pequot Lakes is your top spot for hair, makeup, and lash extensions. And no surprise, they've done it again. Bliss is a 2025 Best of Weddings pick on the Knot magazine and our Hall of Famers. And Bliss Salon and Boutique is so much more. Find lots of beautiful locally made and handcrafted accessories and jewelry. Plus, pick up some Pequot Lake's own Oofta juice. Stop and see the awesome gals at Bliss Salon and Boutique on Main Street in downtown Pequot Lakes.
More big news from Wides Major Appliance in Brainerd. Wides announces a new line to offer you. Now, stop in to see the incredible line of appliances from Speed Queen. Speed Queens are tested to last 25 years, offers warranties up to 7 years parts and labor, and is the recommended brand by most service people. With Speed Queen and Crosley, plus service, parts, and used appliances, Wides is your one-stop appliance shop for major appliances without the major price. See Wides Major Appliance on Oak Street in Brainerd.
Come get
Welcome back. We indeed head to the top of the third inning for Bertha-Hewitt Verndale in the bottom of the second. 2 runs on 2 hits, 1 PRB error, and no runners left on base. So a 3-0 lead now for Jalen Hintzman and the BHV Raiders as freshman left fielder Gage Parkin leads off and fouls the first pitch back for strike 1 here in the top of the third. Parkin hitting .091 on the year, 1 hit in 11 at-bats. His 1 hit is a single. Does look like he has an RBI on the year. Here's the pitch from Hintzman, and a breaking ball swung on and missed. It's 0-2. Well, Parkin doing a good job backing up third base as Volk tried to throw out the base runner Vertina and ended up coming back with an assist. Here's the 1-0-2, swung on and missed. And Jalen Hintzman has struck out 3 straight Tigers. 1 down here in the top of the third. Coach Mike Donnell had said in the pregame interview that the Tigers have had games where they strike out a lot. They did not see Hintzman in the first meeting. And now here's Mongan, who delivered a base hit to lead off the game. First pitch and a fastball strike at the knees, 0-1. Hintzman shaking off a couple of signs. Now he's got the one he wants, the pitch, and that fastball in for a strike, and he puts 2 right at the bottom of the zone. And if Jalen Hintzman can keep that type of control, he is going to be hard to hit, keeping it right down at the knees. And the pitch, that one low and away in the dirt. That slider not close enough for Mongan to think about chasing. 1 ball, 2 strikes to the senior center fielder. 3-0 Bertha-Hewitt Verndale lead here in Verndale Anderson Field. And now a half swing, little flare to the right side, right to a few steps to his left. Making the grab is Elstrom at second, and there's 2 down. That's going to bring up Andrew Volk. He had an infield single, hit one deep in the shortstop hole his first time up, so he's 1 for 1. Volk in last year's meeting was the number 9 batter, ended up 1 for 3 with an RBI and a run scored. Trying to get something going again with 2 outs. Breaking ball, swinging a roller left side. Weir at third on the grass. The throw, and it is in time. And a quick top of the third inning for the BHV defense. No runs, no hits, nobody left for Pine River-Backus. And an inning that only took 8 pitches from Jalen Hintzman. Still 3-0 Bertha-Hewitt Verndale, as we'll break. More right after this here on yourliveevent.com.
Ranch of Baxter in Little Falls. Pizza Ranch features plenty of pizza, a sensible salad bar, famous fried chicken, all the fixins, and delectable dessert. Buffet your way. Pizza Ranch on Edgewood Drive in Baxter and in Little Falls. Stop into Reed's Market and Gas Express in Cross Lake. While there, be sure to pick up Reed's Hardwood Smoked Meats, made in Reed's very own smokehouse, located on County Road 3 and open at 7 a.m. 7 days a week. Shop Reed's Market in Cross Lake. Whether it's work or school, reliable technology is crucial. If it's not performing, talk to Watt Computer Solutions in Jenkins, your electronics expert, and voted #1 best computer and tech repair in the Brainerd Lakes area. Repair, upgrade, or buy new. Watt Computer Solutions in Jenkins.
Hugo's Family Marketplace in Pine River is your local grocery store where you can find it all and still enjoy the local hometown atmosphere. Every Wednesday, Hugo's Family Marketplace features gallons of milk at just $2 for $6. They cut all of their own meat, and there is always something fresh in the bakery. A great deli, too. Stop by Hugo's Family Marketplace, where you will always be greeted with a smile. Visit them online at PineRiverFamilyMarket.com for the weekly ad, coupons, fun recipes to try, and more.
We go to the home half of inning number 3 here in Verndale. Devin Kruger with you, as it is a gorgeous day for baseball here. Number 3 seed Bertha-Hewitt Verndale leading number 6 seed Pine River-Backus 3-0. And here in the bottom of the 4th inning, after a very quick top of the 3rd, here in the bottom of the 3rd, it's the top of the order, Hintzman, Elstrom, Schmitz. Now again, Hintzman was at the plate when Kyler Vertina was thrown out trying to go from third to home after a ball went past the third baseman. So Hintzman back to the plate. It's 0-1, and the next offering bounce left side. And at third, it's Desmond. The throw to first is low, and a great pick there at first. Dalton Myers saves the out. Good pick by the senior first baseman, and there's one away in the home third. Pine River-Backus would very, very much like to have a quick inning without Bertha-Hewitt Verndale scoring, especially considering that they've scored in each of the first 2 innings. Here is Joseph Elstrom, who reached on a single and scored in the first. First pitch fastball from Sjogren misses inside 1-0. Raiders ran as a curveball, and that one stays inside 2-0. Really close one by Sjogren. Ran the get caught in a rundown play to perfection. Elstrom was at third. De Leon was at first. And now a fastball high, and it's quickly 3-0 to Elstrom. De Leon taking off from first early on purpose. Got the attention of Sjogren and then got himself caught in a rundown long enough that Elstrom scored from third, and the 4th pitch hit him. So Sjogren on 3-0. Sometimes it's just that get me over fastball. Lost complete control on that one and plunked Elstrom in the back. So with 1 out, Elstrom is aboard again for Sean Schmitz. He grounded out to Eli Abraham at second his first time up. 3-0 Bertha-Hewitt Verndale, bottom of the 3rd inning in this 5A single elimination game. Runner aboard first with 1 away. Sjogren, the first pitch, and that one in for a strike. Looked like Schmitz might have been taken the whole way. Schmitz last year in the playoff meeting against the Tigers was 1 for 4 with an RBI double. Elstrom not a big lead over at first. Sjogren gives him a peek. Here's the 0-1, and that one off the plate outside. 1-1 to Schmitz. Both these pitchers work with a pretty good rhythm. Get the ball, get the call, and let it go. 1 ball, 1 strike to the senior center fielder. The pitch and a breaking ball in for a strike. Good curve there by Sjogren. 1-2 to Schmitz. Compliment the crowd that came out to watch some baseball on this fine day. That's for sure. Is a 1-2 fastball. Runner goes. Volk's throw to second is in time and safe. It was in time, but it was on the first base side, and the throw unfortunately took Swidajewski too far. He tried to get a quick swipe tag down, but the throw was a bit too offline, and Elstrom hit the dirt just in time to avoid being tagged on the back. It's 2-2 to Sean Schmitz. Here it comes, and a swing and a foul back. Still 2-2 to Schmitz. Elstrom now at second with one away. That ball is a little bit more on target from Volk. They probably have Elstrom cooked. Swidojewski was running full board as here's a swing and a towering fly ball to center. Heading back is Grady Mongan. He's tracking it, and it's off his glove. Elstrom will come around to score. Sean Schmitz heading to third, and the throw is late. And that's going to be a costly error on the center fielder, Grady Mongan, and Bertha-Hewitt Verndale has added another, as that's a 3-base error, and Bertha-Hewitt Verndale is up 4-0. Mongan was tracking it, was heading back, looking again. He was looking kind of into the sun, but he reached up, and that one went right off his glove. And now Sean Schmitz is at third with one away. It's 4-0 Bertha-Hewitt Verndale. Here's Braylon DeLeon, who walked his first time up. First pitch, a big swing and a foul off his foot. I'm going to give him a little extra time to walk it up. He does wear the protective ankle guard on his left foot. It looks like that came in handy. 0-1 to the sophomore shortstop. Here now he squares, tries a bunt, and he pushes it foul. Coach Dylan Card getting ultra aggressive. He had the suicide squeeze on as Schmitz. It was kind of a halfway between suicide and safety. Sean Schmitz took a couple of really fast steps towards home plate. And then DeLeon went after a pitch that was well out of the zone, and you usually don't do that unless you know that runner's coming. So he fouls it off. It's no balls and 2 strikes. Sjogren sets. Here's a swing and a miss, and Sjogren gets a big strikeout for out number 2. Second strikeout for Sjogren. 2 away for Owen Weir, who lined out to Swidojewski at short his first time up. 1 run is in. It's 4-0 Bertha-Hewitt Verndale here in the home half of the third. First pitch, and that one just off the plate, ball 1. This is a really good young crew for Bertha-Hewitt Verndale that they're working with. And again, 4 years ago, they were at state as Weir laces one to center. This one's deep. That one's going to clear Mongan, and it's going to hop to the fence. Owen Weir with an RBI double to put up Bertha-Hewitt Verndale 5-0 as he got all of that one. And there was no doubt that was clearing Grady Mongan as Bertha-Hewitt Verndale tacks on another. Again, in the playoff meeting last year, Bertha-Hewitt Verndale won the regular season game. Pine River-Backus won the playoff game. Back in 2022, Pine River-Backus won the regular season game. Bertha-Hewitt Verndale won the playoff game. So they've been through this before. And Bertha-Hewitt Verndale, after a 12-1 win in the regular season, trying to duplicate the success, and they have a 5-0 lead as here's Zane Waldall. Sjogren will step off as Weir had a big lead off the second. Weir was so impressive last year as just an 8th grader. Out in right field, had 3 base hits, went 3 for 3, and he's looking really strong as here's the first pitch, swinging a pop foul right side. Meyer's going to give it a look, but it's going to carry out of play and off the BHV dugout. Strike 1 to Waldall. He drew a walk his first time up, and then his courtesy runner, Sunby, came around to score. 5-0 Bertha-Hewitt Verndale lead. And unearned runs hurting the PRB Tigers again. Here's a pitch and a swing and a miss. Waldall waited on that curveball from Sjogren and still came up empty. He did a really good job, recognized it, had the timing. Just didn't have the accuracy. It's 0-2. Waldall walked on 4 pitches his last time up. Here's the kick and the pitch, and that one, did that hit him? It did. I thought I heard something, and on 0-2, Sjogren throws a fastball, and it clipped Waldall, and he's going to head to first on the hit by pitch. So now instead of 0-2, 2 outs and 2 on for Jacob Schmitz, who struck out looking his first time. And once again, Sunby will come in and do the running for the catcher Waldall. 2 runs are in for Bertha-Hewitt Verndale. They've scored in every inning thus far. Look back at second. First pitch swing and a pop fly left side. Long run heading over his parking, and he will make the catch in fair territory right next to the line. 1 pitch, and Schmitz is out. But Bertha-Hewitt Verndale again increases the lead. They get 2 runs on 1 hit. There was 1 costly error on Pine River-Backus. None of the runs are earned. 2 runs left on base, and our new score after 3 here in Verndale. Bertha-Hewitt Verndale 5, Pine River-Backus nothing. This is Playoff Baseball on YourLiveEvent.com.
Veterinary Clinic in Pine River salutes and supports our area athletes. No matter the sport, they applaud the kids and coaches for all their dedication and wish them all the best of luck. Country Dock Veterinary Clinic also thanks all the coaches, staff, officials, and volunteers for taking the time to provide our area kids plenty of opportunities. Country Dock Veterinary Clinic, east of Pine River on County Road 1, providing compassionate small animal care for your beloved pets. Von Hansen's Meat Market in Baxter wishes all the area teams the best of luck. Von Hansen's is more than the best selection of quality meats. Try their famous specialty pretzels. Von Hansen's in Baxter and at vonhansens.com. We bring you the best.
Tomorrow is happening right now. Today, more than ever, the world needs safe, secure, sustainable, and affordable sources of energy. That's why Enbridge is advancing new technologies to reduce emissions, like carbon capture and hydrogen power. By putting in the work today, we're bridging to a cleaner energy future. Tomorrow is on. Enbridge. Life takes energy.
Devin Kruger back with you. Section 5A Southeast subsection. The other matchup in this subsection tonight, top seed Ogilvie hosting 8th seeded McGregor, number 7 East Central at number 2 Mille Lacs and Isle, number 5 Hill City Northland at number 4 Bram. Through 3 innings, 5 runs on 4 hits, 2 runners left on base for Bertha-Hewitt Verndale. For Pine River-Backus, no runs on 2 hits, 2 runners left on. 43 pitches for Jalen Hinsman as he starts the 4th inning. 54 pitches for Jonathan Sjogren for the Tigers. A 5-0 BHV lead, heart of the order. Eli Abraham leads off. First pitch swinging a routine fly to center as Sean Schmitz makes the call, trending left. And on 1 pitch, Eli Abraham flies out 1 away. Jonathan Sjogren, Dalton Myers also coming to the plate for the PRB Tigers. Took only 8 pitches for Hinsman to have a 1-2-3 third. And Sjogren will step in. He struck out his first time. Hinsman will wind up, and first pitch, a swing and a miss, strike 1. Waldall keeping things moving, quickly giving the signs. Here's the 0-1, and a swing and a pop-up left side out of play. Look out, hopefully no vehicles there. I was going to say my truck's over there somewhere. Can't help it but be a little bit nervous. 0-2, Sjogren quickly in the hole. Here it comes from Hinsman, a swing and a pop fly left side, long run by Weir, and he is able to make the running catch in foul territory. Owen Weir continues to impress for Bertha-Hewitt Verndale, tracking that one down. Hinsman has retired 7 in a row. Here's Dalton Myers, who led off the second with a ground out. Nobody on, 2 out. A 5-0 Bertha-Hewitt Verndale lead. So Myers will step in, and the first pitch is a breaking ball, strike 0-1. And Hinsman has been working pretty quickly. Now a fastball swung on and missed, and Myers quickly in the 0-2 hole. Hinsman looks in to Waldall. The kick in the 0-2, curveball fouled off. We'll do it again. Pine River-Backus had the first two batters score base hits. Those are the only two hits that they have had. And here comes the pitch, and a swing and a foul back. Myers fighting hard to stay alive. Tigers needing to find a spark on offense. Here's another 0-2 and a swing and a line drive left field. That one is deep. That one is going to be fair. Myers will head around first base. He's trucking for second. Hit that one deep down the line, and the throw will not be in time. It's a 2-out double for the senior first baseman, Dalton Myers. Great level swing, just sliced that ball right down the left field line. Snaps that string of 7 straight retired. Here comes Torrin Desmond, who walked his first time up. Top of the fourth, 2 outs. And a 5-0 Bertha-Hewitt Verndale lead. As the PRB Tigers trying to find some offense. Check of Myers at second. Here's the pitch to Desmond. A fastball off the plate out, 1-0. Haven't gotten an update yet from as the second one down in the dirt, 2-0 to Desmond. Just checking some score updates, seeing if we can find anything. Last we heard, Pequot Lakes and Melrose were scoreless in the through 4 innings in 6AA. 2 balls, no strikes to Desmond. Here comes from Hintzman, swing and a miss. Desmond behind on the fastball. Pine River-Backus girls get 2 wins today to stay alive in the 5A tournament. Boys needing a rally to keep their season going, as there's a fastball upstairs, 3-1 to Desmond. Three balls and a strike to Torrin Desmond. Here it comes from Hintzman upstairs, and Desmond walks for the second time. Only 2 walks that Jalen Hintzman has allowed have both been to Desmond. Desmond had to foul off a couple pitches his first time to get a walk. This time gets it on 5 pitches, first and second. As the Tigers look for some 2-out magic. Here's Owen Dable. And now we're going to have a pinch runner for Dalton Myers, as Easton Wynn will take a trot to second base. So Wynn at second, Desmond at first for Owen Dable. Dable did not play in last year's meeting. Trying to come up with something big with 2 outs. Jalen Hintzman will turn. He'll throw back to second, and diving back safely was Wynn. You know, I like that call, though, from Bertha-Hewitt Verndale. You have a pinch runner in a big spot where PRB's got their backs against the wall a little bit. Boy, you come in and you get picked off. That's a long walk to the dugout. Hintzman delivers, and Dable chases one with a high swing. It's 0-1. First and second for the Tigers. Hintzman shakes off a couple of signs. Now has the one he wants. Here's the 0-1. Fastball swing and a bouncer left side. It's knocked down at the throw to third, and it'll be in time. Great job by De Leon in the hole, stuck with it. Weir did a great job understanding that he needed to get to the third base bag. Good fundamental baseball, and it's a fielder's choice to end the top of the fourth, as Wynn is forced off a third. 6-5 for the final out here in the top of the fourth. For the PRB Tigers, no runs on a hit and a walk, no BHV errors, and 2 runners were left on base. Score remains Bertha-Hewitt Verndale 5, Pine River-Backus nothing. We head to the home fourth right after this. This is Playoff Baseball on YourLiveEvent.com.
Food, fuel, and bait at locally owned Station 371 on Highway 371 in Pine River. Station 371 is stocked with bait, tackle, and snacks for your fishing excursions, quality Cenex gasoline, and off-road diesel. Their inside and outside car washes are open. Make sure to stop by to keep your car shining bright in the sun. Don't forget your fishing and hunting license. Station 371 on Highway 371 in Pine River. Thank you for supporting local business.
Hannikin Insurance Agency is proud to support today's radio coverage. Hannikin Insurance has been serving families and businesses in central Minnesota for over 30 years. By working with an independent agency like Hannikin Insurance, the process of finding insurance that is appropriate for your goals and budget is simplified. Contact Hannikin Insurance Agency in Pine River, Little Falls, Pierce, or Brainerd online at HannikinInsurance.com. Let Hannikin Insurance give you the peace of mind that comes from knowing your financial situation is secure.
The PRB Boosters are happy to sponsor coverage of the Tigers. Like the PRB Activities page on Facebook for information on Booster Club events and fundraisers. The Booster Club could use your help with great events and fundraisers, all giving back to the students of Pine River-Backus schools. For information, email prboosterclub, @gmail.com. Meetings are the first Monday of every month, 6 p.m. at the school. Good luck, Tigers, from the PRB Booster Club and all its members.
Great people, economic viability, a wonderful place to live. Pine River, Backus, and PRB Schools. PRB Schools is a small school district with large district opportunities, providing activities and classes that involve students, making sure every student has everything to be successful. PRB Schools offers a variety of community education programs, a great way to learn new skills hands-on with others within the community. Making connections with families, being involved with the community, becoming a community family, prbschools.org.
We welcome you back. We go to the bottom of the fourth inning. The PRB Tigers have made a change at pitcher. Andrew Volk is the pitcher. Trying to get the rest of the changes. I think I've got most of them as the first pitch, and Volk is a pick, a fly, pop fly. Eli Abraham, short right field, makes the catch. And on a single pitch in the home fourth, Chase Jensen, the freshman first baseman, pops out to second. He's now 1 for 2. He singled and scored in the second. One away in the bottom of the fourth. Bertha-Hewitt Verndale, a 5-0 lead over Pine River-Backus. BHV 6-12 on the season. PRB 9-8. But Bertha-Hewitt Verndale, the number 3 seed, plays in a tough conference, and that scored them the home game. Here's Kyler Vertina, and the first pitch from Volk is a fastball strike 0-1. Vertina 1 for 1 with a 2-run single in the second. Ended up being thrown out at home for the final out that inning. Here's the pitch. That one fouled off. That one caught the umpire in the mask. So Andrew Volk is pitching. I think I've got it. Sjogren goes to short. Swedajewski went to third. Torrin Desmond went out to right. And Owen Dable is catching for the PRB Tigers. So a lot of shifting around as the Tigers trying to keep BHV off the board for the first time. As here's a swing and a foul back. Volk has more velocity than Sjogren. Now the fun part will be, can I find his pitching stats? For Andrew Volk, 13 1/3 innings pitched, 2-2 on the season, and that one is inside. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Vertina. 1 out, nobody on. Bottom 4, top of the order, Hintzman due up next. Looks like for Andrew Volk, 17 runs, 11 earned on 14 hits, 18 strikeouts, and 10 walks. ERA of 5.77. Down 5-0. Volk trying to shut things down. A curveball swung on and missed. Dable will toss it down to Myers at first to officially record the strikeout as Vertina chased one in the dirt.
Now back to the top of the order. For the Raiders, number 11.
2 up, 2 down here in the bottom of the fourth. 5 runs on 4 hits for Bertha-Hewitt Verndale. PRB has committed 2 fielding errors. Some walks also not helping. Here's the pitch, and that's a fastball in. 1-0 to Hintzman, who is 0 for 2 with a flyout and a ground out. 5-0 BHV on top. Sjogren pitched the first 3, and now here's a swing and a foul. 1 ball, 1 strike. 5 runs, 2 earned on 4 hits. Sjogren threw 54 pitches in his 3 innings. 2 walks, 2 strikeouts, 2 hit batsmen, and now one in the dirt from Volk, and it's 2-1 to Hintzman. Volk came in, got the first 2 out. Bertha-Hewitt Verndale scored in every inning so far. 1 in the first, 2 in the second, 2 in the third. 4 of the 5 runs have come with 2 outs in the inning. 2 balls and a strike to Hintzman. Volk winds and fires a fastball wide. 3-1 to Hintzman. Again, Pine River-Backus softball, 2 wins to stay alive. And now here's a swing and a chopper at the plate, foul. Just got word Pequot Lakes softball upsets Melrose again in the 6AA tournament. A 1-0 win for the Patriots, as here is a fastball outside, and it's a 2-walk for Jalen Hintzman. Oh, 2 up, 2 down, and now a base runner, and here's Joseph Elstrom. He is 1 for 1. He singled and scored in the first, got hit by a pitch and scored in the third. Coach Dylan Card giving the signs down at that third base coach's box. Pequot Lakes will play Kimball. Kimball, the number 2 seed, ranked number 10 in the poll. So that one should be a good one on KLKS. Hopefully, Patriots can hang. Kimball's been very, very good this year. 1-0 to Elstrom. Hintzman at first with 2 outs. Hintzman a good lead. Myers holding. Here's the kick and the pitch from Volk in tight. And after a pop out and a strikeout, Volk issued a walk to Hintzman and now falls behind Elstrom. 2 balls, no strikes. A 5-0 Raiders lead. They beat the Tigers 12-1 early in the regular season. Now one down low and 3-0 to Elstrom. As a train rolls down the tracks near Highway 10 in Verndale. Volk trying to settle himself back down, and he'll fire the strike with Elstrom taking the entire way. 3-1. That's one of those pitches as a batter you're like, come on, coach, should have given me the green light. Hintzman hasn't been moving off of first. Decent lead. Here's the kick and the pitch. Swung on and fouled straight back. Another good fastball by Volk, and Elstrom just missed it. Swung underneath, fouled it straight back to the fence on a line drive, and that always tells you as a hitter, you just missed it. Owen Dable went from right field, now behind the plate, gives a sign to Volk. The step runner goes, and here's a swing and a bounce to the left side. It's going to be scooped up at short by Sjogren. The throw to first, and it's not in time. Rounding third and stopping there as Hintzman, he went to third on the throw. A good hustle with 2 outs. That's going to be an infield single by Elstrom as he's 2 for 2. And now it's the Raiders trying to make 2-out magic again. Again, 4 of their 5 runs have come with 2 outs. After the 8-9 batters were retired, the top of the order coming to life again. First and third for Sean Schmitz, who reached on an error and scored in the third. He's officially 0 for 2 with the run scored. Wouldn't be surprised at all to see Elstrom take off and try that rundown play again. And now we're going to get a balk. And Andrew Volk called for a balk, and Bertha-Hewitt Verndale will score anyway. This is one of those where I'm not 100% sure what happened, but the base umpire is explaining to Andrew Volk exactly what he did. And now Coach Mike Donnell is going to intentionally walk Sean Schmitz. As it's now 6-0 Bertha-Hewitt Verndale. Sean Schmitz will take the intentional walk. That brings up Braylon De Leon. You do this to get the force at any bag, first, second, or third. Now Andrew Volk will go to work to Braylon De Leon, who is 0 for 1 with a walk. 6-0 Bertha-Hewitt Verndale in this single elimination first round game. First pitch for Volk is a fastball missing, 1-0. It was a very promising start for the Tigers defensively. Now they have to make sure it doesn't get any worse. Here's a swing and a pop left side. Heading back is Sjogren, short center field, and he will make an over-the-shoulder catch to end the inning. Outstanding job by Jonathan Sjogren to not panic. He got turned around. That ball was getting pushed a little farther than he initially thought and made a great over-the-shoulder catch in short center field to retire De Leon and the side. Bertha-Hewitt Verndale gets one more. They get it on one hit. There were no PRB errors, and there were 2 runners left on base. New score after 4 here in Verndale at Anderson Field. It is Bertha-Hewitt Verndale 6, Pine River-Backus nothing. We go to the 5th on yourliveevent.com.
News from Wides Major Appliance in Brainerd. Wides announces a new line to offer you. Now, stop in to see the incredible line of appliances from Speed Queen. Speed Queens are tested to last 25 years, offers warranties up to 7 years parts and labor, and is the recommended brand by most service people. With Speed Queen and Crosley, plus service, parts, and used appliances, Wides is your one-stop appliance shop for major appliances without the major price. See Wides Major Appliance on Oak Street in Brainerd.
Save on your groceries and gas each week just by shopping at your locally owned Pequot Lake Super Value on Patriot Avenue in Pequot Lakes. Pequot Lake Super Value offers simple and convenient curbside pickup. Order online at shop.pequotlakesupervalue.com. We shop for you and you simply pick them up at our front door. Save on gas too, earning 10 cents of savings on gas for every $100 spent on groceries. For quality, service, and freshness, shop Pequot Lake Super Value. Good luck, area teams.
We head to the 5th, and the Pine River-Backus Tigers baseball team needs to find their offense if they want to stay alive and keep their 2025 season going. Bertha-Hewitt Verndale scored in every frame so far. Jalen Hintzman has only allowed a couple of runners to second base for the PRB Tigers. Actually, a few runners to second. The Tigers haven't found those timely hits, something Coach Mike Donnell talked to me about. Tigers winning 3 of their last 4, including a 5-0 win over the top seed of this subsection, Ogilvie. And he said that, obviously on the flip side, pitchers throwing strikes, defense playing solid, but the hits were coming, and they were coming in timely fashion, something they have not been able to find here today against Jalen Hintzman, the sophomore right-hander. First pitch to Ozzie Swidajewski, fouled out of play for strike 1 to start the 5th. 8-9-1 for the Tigers. Swidajewski, Parkin, and Grady Mongan. Swidajewski 0 for 1 with a strikeout his first time. Hintzman delivers and a swing and a pop fly right side. It's Elstrom at second. Fairly routine. Battle in the sun a bit. Makes the catch at 1 out. Tigers have been held to 3 hits through 4 1/3.
Next up, number 8, Gage Parkin.
PRB girls, again, 2 wins today to stay alive in the 5A softball tournament. As Parkin steps in, first pitch high, ball 1. Girls beat Sabika 12-9 and then upended third-seeded Keller Northholm with a rally for a 5-4 win. Here's a fastball swing and one off the end of the bat. Foul on the third base side, 1-1. One out, nobody on for the Tigers. 1 ball, 1 strike for the number 9 batter, Parkin. Hintzman gets the one he wants. Into the windup, here it comes. The curveball swung on and missed. Parkin got out in front a little bit, 1-2. Hintzman delivers fastball high. 2 balls, 2 strikes to the freshman left fielder. The pitch, breaking ball, and a called third strike. Parkin rung up, and there's 2 away. Beautiful curveball there by Jalen Hintzman, who records his 5th strikeout. Top of the order, Grady Mongan. 1 for 2, led off the game with a single. Ended up forced off a third. Tigers got a couple of runners on with 2 outs in the last inning, but again, could not come through with the big 2-out hit as Mongan fouls the first one off, strike one. 6-0, Bertha-Hewitt Verndale. We're in the top of the 5th. Devin Kruger with you. Our broadcast brought to you in part by Laco Heating and Air in Pine River, Watt Computer Solutions in Jenkins, Bliss Salon and Boutique in Pequot Lakes, and 218 Fitness in Pine River. Here's a pitch, fastball out, 1-1. Following the game, stick around for our post-game show. Notes, numbers, interviews, including our post-game award winners, as many as we can get to. The pitch, swing and a miss. Mongan swinging through a fastball, 1-2. Hintzman gets the one he wants from Waldall. The 1-2 to Mongan. Curveball, that one in the dirt. 2 balls, 2 strikes to the center fielder. It was a 2-up and 2-down inning. Hintzman did have a 1-2-3 third. Trying to duplicate that here in the 5th. The 2-2 to Grady Mongan, and that one a called third strike. Got it at the top of the zone. And the Tigers down in order. Strikeout number 6 for Jalen Hintzman. No runs, no hits, nobody left. To the bottom of the 5th here in Verndale. 5A section baseball. 6-0 Bertha-Hewitt Verndale on yourliveevent.com.
At Community Bowl and Pizzeria in Pine River, Community Bowl and Pizzeria serves the best pizza in the Lakes area. Or feast on burgers, great appetizers, huge calzones, hoagies, and wings. They invite you to bring the whole family in for a great time. Open bowling offered 7 days a week. Ask about joining a league. Moonlight Bowling is every Saturday evening. Ask about group rates, birthday parties, and other specials at Community Bowl and Pizzeria, downtown Pine River, 218-587-3100.
Shrub Excavating LLC is ready to serve you with any excavation project. Shrub Excavating provides residential and commercial new construction site prep, demolition, road and driveway construction, basement septic system design and installation, stump or brush removal, and delivery of sand, gravel, rock, dirt, and more. 42 years and still digging it right. Shrub Excavating will have your project done right and on time. Serving Pine River-Backus, Pequot Lakes, and all the surrounding communities. Shrub Excavating LLC. Online at shrubexcavating.com.
Bottom 5 here in Verndale. Devin Kruger here with you. Again, big thanks to all of our Tigers and playoff sponsors helping us take you through the spring playoff run. Pine River-Backus, your live event coverage throughout the year, sponsored in part by Sherwood Florist and Garden Center in Pine River, Plumbing, etc. in Pine River, Barnum's Pine River Napa, and Northland Steam Cleaners in Pine River. In the bottom of the 5th, 5, 6, and 7 due up for the Bertha-Hewitt Verndale Raiders. Owen Weir, Zane Waldall, and Jacob Schmitz. Andrew Volk will start his 2nd inning of work on the mound. We're leaving Jonathan Sjogren after 3 innings. Weir is 1 for 2 with an RBI double his last time up. And the first pitch, way upstairs, ball 1. One ball, no strikes to Weir. Here's the pitch, and here's a swing and a towering pop-up on the right side. Volk makes the call, cannot make the catch. Volk was looking up, and he kind of took a peek down. I think he was wondering if Myers was coming in, was wondering if Owen Dable was coming out, and Volk looked up and lost the ball. It dropped behind him. He didn't make contact with it. That'll be an infield hit for Owen Weir. He's 2 for 3, and the 5th inning starts with an unorthodox base hit. Here comes Zane Waldall, who has been up twice and walked twice. Here's the kick and the pitch from Volk. Look out, that one off the glove of Owen Dable. That'll be a pass ball. Owen Weir heads up to 2nd. 1-0 for Zane Waldall. And now we have time as Jonathan Sjogren has to relace a cleat. 6-0 Bertha-Hewitt Verndale in front, looking to sweep the Tigers this year after winning their regular season matchup. 1-0 to Waldall. Volk from the stretch, the kick and the pitch, grounder left side, knocked down at third. The throw from Swidojewski to Myers at first in time. The return throw to third will not be in time, and it's going to get past. We're not far enough, and again, good job coming in from left field. Backing it up was Parkin. It's a productive out, 5-3 for Waldall as Weir advances to third. One away in the bottom of the fifth for Jacob Schmitz, who's 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a flyout. 6-0 Bertha-Hewitt Verndale lead. And right now, the Tigers have just 6 outs to work with. Here comes the first pitch from Volk, and it's a fastball strike 0-1 to the senior right fielder, Jacob Schmitz. Another run across the board for BHV is at third base if they can push it across. The infield is drawn in for PRB. And I mean, at this juncture, with the way the Tigers offense has struggled, if you want any chance of a comeback, you got to believe you cannot let this lead get any bigger. 1 ball, 1 strike to Jacob Schmidt. Here it comes, and that one down low, and Dable has to smother it. 2-1 to Jacob Schmidt. Schmitz, I should say. Sjogren is basically on the lip of the grass at short. Step behind it on the right side, and here's a pitch swung on and fouled back. 2-2. A very tall fence here at Anderson Field, and part of that is because it's really in a residential neighborhood, so I'm guessing that this fence might not always been that high, and maybe somebody or something got hit. Here's a pitch from Volk, swung on and missed. Volk with a big strikeout of Jacob Schmitz. Second time he's down on strikes today. Second strikeout for Volk, 2 away. Here in the fifth for Chase Jensen. The freshman first baseman 1 for 2 with a run scored back in the second. A 6-0 BHV lead with Owen Weir at third. Led off with an infield single, went to second on a pass ball, went to third on the ground out from Waldall. Here's the kick and the pitch, and a line to center. Grady Mongan taking some steps in. He'll make the catch, and for the first time today, the Raiders are held without a run. No runs in the bottom of the fifth with a hit. The runner stranded at third. No errors on PRB. And it stays Bertha-Hewitt Verndale 6, Pine River-Backus nothing. We are through 5. This is 5A Section Baseball on YourLiveEvent.com.
Big news from Wides Major Appliance in Brainerd. Wides announces a new line to offer you. Now, stop in to see the incredible line of appliances from Speed Queen. Speed Queens are tested to last 25 years, offers warranties up to 7 years parts and labor, and is the recommended brand by most service people. With Speed Queen and Crosley, plus service, parts, and used appliances, Wides is your one-stop appliance shop for major appliances without the major price. See Wides Major Appliance on Oak Street in Brainerd.
When you have a project calling for concrete, contact the pros at Shingle Decker Concrete and Construction, offering high-quality professional masonry and concrete services to the Pillager and Brainerd Lakes area. The team of skilled craftsmen with Shingle Decker Concrete and Construction is ready to help for foundations, patios, driveways, colored and stamped concrete, and much more. For your residential and light commercial concrete jobs, call Shingle Decker Concrete and Construction at 218-639-2374. Fully licensed and offering free estimates.
Come get your fill at Pizza Ranch.
Through 5 innings in this 5A Southeast subsection single elimination game. Pine River-Backus no runs on 3 hits. They've left 4 runners stranded. Bertha-Hewitt Verndale 6 runs on 6 hits. They have left 5 runners on base. Tigers have committed 2 fielding errors compared to 0 for BHV. Starting pitcher for the Raiders, Jalen Hinsman, 70 pitches through 5 innings. Tigers' Jonathan Sjogren went 3 innings, allowed 5 runs on 4 hits. Andrew Volk, 2 innings. He's allowed 1 run on 2 hits. Hinsman will face 2, 3, and 4 as Andrew Volk leads off, and it's a curveball high for ball 1. Here in the top of inning number 6, Volk, Abraham, Sjogren for the Tigers. Hinsman, the wind, and the 1-1. A swing and a pop fly left side. Making the call is De Leon at short. Justin on the grass makes the grab for out number 1 as Volk now is 1 for 3 on the day. 1 out here in the 6th. For Eli Abraham, who is 0 for 2 with a fielder's choice and a flyout. Pine River-Backus softball with the 2 wins. They will advance to the 5A tournament in Walker on Tuesday, as here's a swing on the first pitch, and it's bounced foul from Abraham, 0-1. Aiken, as the number 4 seed in 7AA today, knocked off top-seeded Greenway Nashua Keewatin. They're heading to Cloquet in the semifinal. They'll take on number 3 seed Rush City. Here's the 0-1 from Hitzman, and that one in for a strike. Nice little off-speed pitch. 0-2 to Eli Abraham. Hitzman into it quickly. The 0-2 breaking ball swung on and missed. That was a beauty of a bender by Jalen Hinsman. 7 strikeouts now today, 2 down here in the top of the 6th for Jonathan Sjogren, who's 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a pop-out. Mille Lacs softball lost to Black Duck in their first game today, 6-3. Might try to find some baseball scores for you. Sjogren at the plate, base is empty, 2 outs. First pitch is a breaking ball, stays inside, 1-0 to Sjogren. And now a swing and a miss, 1-1 on the fastball. Base is empty, 2 outs here in the top of the 6th. Tigers offense has struggled, only 3 hits against Hinsman. The 1-1 and a swing and a miss. Fastball just below the knees. Sjogren couldn't get down on that one. And it's 1 ball and 2 strikes to Sjogren. Hinsman ready and a breaking ball. Sjogren just got a piece to stay alive. Had him way out in front. Hinsman ready. Waldall with the sign. Here it comes, and a swing and a pop-up. And that one's going to be out of play. And Sjogren fights off another one at 1 ball and 2 strikes. Pequot Lakes baseball lost to Albany 8-2 early today. Now here's a swing and a bouncer back towards the middle. It's scooped up. Nope, De Leon can't quite glove it cleanly. That won't be an error. That'll be an infield hit. That ball bouncing up the middle and then just in front of the second base bag. De Leon had to try to short hop it. Didn't quite get it clean. And Sjogren collects the 4th hit of the day for the PRB Tigers. And again, the Tigers kind of forced to try to do this with 2 outs. As here comes Dalton Myers. Myers is 1 for 2. He doubled his last time up. Hit a really sharp one down the left field line. Now here's a quick throw back to first, and in back with a dive is Sjogren. Pretty solid move on that one. As Myers awaits the first offering. Sjogren decent lead at first. And now here's another turn and another throwback as Sjogren dives back safely. So Hinsman certainly paying enough attention to Sjogren over there at first. And Myers hoping to come up with a big knock again. Here's a fastball, and that one right down Main Street. Strike 1 to Myers. Myers checked his swing, and maybe just wasn't quite the spot he was looking for. Got a few, had some baseball score to see, but I don't think anything's final in 5A yet, as there's a swing and a miss, and now Myers is down 0-2. All the scores I'm seeing are from earlier today. Sjogren at first with 2 away, top of the 6th. Hinsman delivers to Myers' fastball, swinging, chopped high off the plate, but foul behind it. That might be the highest I've ever seen a ball take off being chopped off the plate. Once in a while in the pros, you'll see one chopped off the plate and just kind of skies towards the mound. This one pretty much went straight up in the air, right over the top of Waldall, doing the catching. So it stays 0-2 to the senior first baseman Myers. Hinsman ready. Here's the pitch and a swing and a foul tip. That one went just popping out of the glove. Waldall could not hang on to it, so Myers will stay alive just barely again. No balls and 2 strikes. Hinsman's been hammering the zone here. Sjogren takes off, and it's a breaking ball. It's inside, and no throw. Sjogren steals second. As Myers took the pitch, I think part of that was that Waldall maybe was thinking that was going to be a called third strike. It wasn't. And Sjogren moves into scoring position. So now Myers can blast it somewhere. Tigers could finally get on the board. Now the pitch and a swing and a foul back. Myers hanging tough. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Dalton Myers. Here's the kick and the pitch from Hitzman, and that one is a called strike 3. Hitzman hits the bottom of the zone. Myers called out on strike. Strikeout number 8 for Hitzman, and down go the Tigers in the 6th. No runs on a hit, and 1 runner left on base. We will head to the bottom of the 6th. It stays Bertha-Hewitt, Verndale 6, Pine River-Backus nothing. This is Playoff Baseball on your liveevent.com.
Falls Pizza Ranch features plenty of pizza, a sensible salad bar, famous fried chicken, all the fixins, and delectable dessert. Buffet your way. Pizza Ranch on Edgewood Drive in Baxter and in Little Falls. Stop into Reed's Market and Gas Express in Cross Lake. While there, be sure to pick up Reed's Hardwood Smoked Meats, made in Reed's very own smokehouse, located on County Road 3 and open at 7 a.m. 7 days a week. Shop Reed's Market in Cross Lake. Whether it's work or school, reliable technology is crucial. If it's not performing, talk to Watt Computer Solutions in Jenkins, your electronics expert, and voted #1 best computer and tech repair in the Brainerd Lakes area. Repair, upgrade, or buy new. Watt Computer Solutions in Jenkins.
Hugo's Family Marketplace in Pine River is your local grocery store where you can find it all and still enjoy the local hometown atmosphere. Every Wednesday, Hugo's Family Marketplace features gallons of milk at just $2 for $6. They cut all of their own meat, and there is always something fresh in the bakery. A great deli, too. Stop by Hugo's Family Marketplace, where you will always be greeted with a smile. Visit them online at PineRiverFamilyMarket.com for the weekly ad, coupons, fun recipes to try, and more.
We head to the home 6. Devin Kruger here with you on your liveevent.com. 5A Southeast subsection baseball. Andrew Volk on again as he will take on 9, 1, and 2 in the Bertha-Hewitt Verndale lineup. Kyler Vertino will lead off, followed by Jalen Hitzman and Joseph Elstrom. Volk kept the Raiders off the board for the first time today in the bottom of the 5th after a leadoff single and the first pitch for Vertina in the dirt 1-0. Vertina 1 for 2, a 2-run single back in the 2nd. A strikeout in the 4th against Volk. Leading off the 6th, and there's a Yuski with the quick leather as Vertina tagged one, but right to him, 1 away. Top of the order, Jalen Hinsman now 0 for 2 with a walk and a run in the 4th. And Bertha-Hewitt Verndale, 1 in the 1st, 2 in the 2nd, 2 in the 3rd, 1 in the 4th. And the first pitch, Hinsman hits a fly to left. Heading over, this one is down, and that one is just fair. Just inside the line as Parkin couldn't quite track that one down, and that's going to be a double by Jalen Hinsman jumping on the first pitch from Volk. Second extra base hit of the day for Bertha-Hewitt Verndale, their 7th hit overall. A 1-out double has Hinsman aboard, and here's Joseph Elstrom, who the Tigers have yet to retire. He is 2 for 2 with a couple of singles, a hit by pitch. He has come around to score twice. 6-0 Bertha-Hewitt Verndale lead, and the first pitch is a called strike at the letters, 0-1. Sean Schmitz would be up next for Bertha-Hewitt Verndale. Volk with the look back at second. The kick and the pitch. That fastball wide, 1-1. Owen Dable doing the catching for Volk, who started at catcher and then replaced Sjogren on the mound. Volk with another look back. Abraham trotting towards that bag. Now here's a nice curveball in for a strike. It's 1-2. Should Pine River-Backus' season end, we'll go through and honor the seniors on the roster for this 2025 season. Of course, the guys all set to graduate, I believe, tomorrow for PRB. Now a huge jump off second as Volk burns a fastball by Elfstrom. Strike 3. Swung on and missed. Strikeout number 3 for Volk. The first time Elfstrom has been retired today. So now after the 1-out double, there's 2 away. And here's senior center fielder Sean Schmitz, who is 0 for 2. Reached on an error and scored in the 3rd. Was intentionally walked in the 4th. The senior at the number 3 spot. In with 2 outs, and the first pitch from Volk is an off-speed way up high, 1-0. Good job by Dable to climb the ladder and bring it down. And PRB girls beat Sabika 12-9, and then beat Keller Northholm 5-4. 2 elimination wins today for the girls. There's a half swing and a fastball outside. 2 balls, no strikes to Sean Schmitz. So right now, Aiken and Pine River-Backus continuing on next week. And there's a fastball outside, 3-0. That was a big, big change for me coming up to the Brainerd Lakes area from my former radio job in southeast Minnesota. They always played baseball, as here's the for a 3-0 strike on Schmitz. It was tradition, routine, and I was used to it. They always played baseball the Saturday and Monday of Memorial Day weekend. But they didn't have the visitors that we get up here. So you can imagine trying that in the Brainerd Lakes area. Here's Volk's 3-1, and that is low, and Sean Schmitz draws the walk. So he was intentionally walked last time. This time walked naturally, and now it's first and second for Bertha-Hewitt Verndale for Braylon De Leon, who is 0 for 2 with a walk today. 6-0 Bertha-Hewitt Verndale. Bottom of inning number 6. BHV trying to close out the PRB Tigers and snap an 8-game losing streak with a win to open the playoffs. First pitch swung on and missed as De Leon laid on the fastball 0-1. Jalen Hinsman's getting a huge jump off of second base when Volk delivers to the plate, but Dable not making that throw back. Here's a breaking ball and right off the end of the bat. De Leon was reaching for that slider. It's 0-2. I've talked with folks about that and I've thought about that often of what it would try to be like trying to play high school sports on Memorial Day weekend up here in the Brainerd Lakes area. Volk takes a look back at Hinsman. Runners go. Fastball swung on and fouled off by De Leon. Coach Dylan Card putting the runners in motion. Just seeing if maybe that was a breaking ball that they could advance an easy bag, try to make it 2 runs if De Leon can find the outfield somewhere. Runners head back. Hinsman at second, Sean Schmitz at first. Still 0-2 to De Leon, and that off-speed pitch, a change way up high. 1-2. Timberwolves game 2 of their series at Oklahoma City tonight. See if the Wolves can even the score. Here's the pitch from Volk, and a swing and a miss. Got De Leon on a low fastball. And Andrew Volk, a couple of scoreless innings here, as in the bottom of the 6th. No runs for Bertha-Hewitt Verndale. 1 hit, no errors, 2 runners left. And the final chance for the PRB Tigers in the 2025 baseball season coming up, top of the 7th, right after this on YourLiveEvent.com.
Veterinary Clinic in Pine River salutes and supports our area athletes. No matter the sport, they applaud the kids and coaches for all their dedication and wish them all the best of luck. Country Dock Veterinary Clinic also thanks all the coaches, staff, officials, and volunteers for taking the time to provide our area kids plenty of opportunities. Country Dock Veterinary Clinic, east of Pine River on County Road 1, providing compassionate small animal care for your beloved pets. Von Hansen's Meat Market in Baxter wishes all the area teams the best of luck. Von Hansen's is more than the best selection of quality meats. Try their famous specialty pretzels. Von Hansen's in Baxter and at vonhansens.com. We bring you the best.
Welcome back. Jalen Hinsman is on. 88 pitches through 6 innings, no runs, 4 hits, 2 walks, 8 strikeouts. He is going to face 6, 7, and 8. In the lineup, we're going to have a pinch hitter to start. for the PRB Tigers as Reese Trumbull is going to get a stick and he's going to lead things off. Trumbull is 0 for 6 on the season at the plate, but the junior going to get a chance to try to get something going for the Tigers. And it looks like Coach Mike Donnell is going to put in even more. Looks like there's a pinch hitter in the on-deck circle as well. Tigers have not been able to solve Jalen Hintzman here today. 9-8 on the season for PRB. Bertha-Hewitt Verndale 6-12. Losers of 8 straight coming in. But again, Coach Dylan Card even said in the pregame, they play in a really tough conference. They are challenged. And he felt still really confident about his team coming in. And sure enough, that's what we have. So Reese Trumbull will step in and bat for Torrin Desmond, who did not have an at-bat with a couple of walks. Hintzman ready to work in the top of the 7th inning here at Anderson Field in Verndale. Bertha-Hewitt Verndale won 12-1 early in the regular season. The first pitch is in the dirt, ball 1. Want to thank Country Dock Veterinary Clinic in Pine River, Tremolo Communications, Backus Locker, Laco Heating and Air in Pine River, and Watt Computer Solutions in Jenkins for helping us bring you the coverage today, as here's a fastball low and 2-0 to Trumbull. The Tigers don't score at least 6. We're heading to the postgame. Here's the 2-0 from Hintzman, and that one a swing and a foul back. That was more of a defensive swing by Trumbull. That was a breaking ball that was kind of in tight, and Trumbull was kind of trying to half spin away and ended up with contact, foul ball. Hintzman delivers a fastball. That one right down the heart. 2-2 to Trumbull. Tigers did not advance a runner past second base yet today as Trumbull takes down low, and now it's a full count to the leadoff batter here in the top of the 7th. Hintzman continues to work pretty quick on this beautiful day in Verndale, and a fastball upstairs, and Trumbull draws a walk. So Desmond walked twice in this spot. Now Trumbull walks. It's the only 3 walks that Hintzman has allowed, and they've all been to the number 6 batter. Just kind of interesting. Now we're going to have another pinch hitter. Dominic Rock, a sophomore, will pinch hit for Owen Dable, who was 0 for 2. Rock on the season. How about this? He's 2 for 3 at the plate with a couple of singles and an RBI. So he'll step in with a runner at first. Nobody out. Top of the 7th inning, and the first pitch, a swing, a high pop-up behind the plate. Waldall is looking, and he lost it, and it falls. That ball started carrying back towards the field, and Waldall lost it, and then coming in, Hintzman, he couldn't find it either. Hintzman kind of gives a shrug over to the dugout. Ends up being strike 1 on Rock. Looking straight up with that, again, sun, and those pop-ups right behind the plate are not easy for a catcher. So Rock will get another chance here at the plate. Here's the 0-1. A swing and a roper to Weir at third. He'll go to second. They'll get one there. The throw to first, and it is in time. And Bertha-Hewitt Verndale turns a 5-4-3 double play, and just like that, the Pine River-Backus Tigers 2025 season is down to their final out. Ozzie Swidajewski was due up, but he'll be pulled back for a pinch hitter as well. Coach Mike Donnell trying to just get some guys a chance here to get in the game in what could be the final one. And here is Logan Tominski. So Tominski will grab a bat here as a pinch hitter, the sophomore on the season. How about this? He's 1 for 1 with a single. So give him a shot here. If we go to the postgame notes, numbers, and awards with our big deal, Enbridge, and a star of the game. First pitch, big swing and a miss, 0-1 to Tominski. And there is yet another pinch hitter in the on-deck circle if Tominski can get on board. And there's a swing and a miss as Hintzman quickly gets in front. And Hintzman looking for a pretty clean Top of the 7th. 2 outs, nobody on. The pitch upstairs. Wanted to see if Tominski would chase. It's 1-2. Hintzman's kind of gotten to a mode now where he's just pumping fastballs in. 6-0 Bertha-Hewitt Verndale. Here's the 1-2, and it's a curveball spiked, and it's 2-2 on Tominski. I'm guessing that Waldo was calling for a fastball there, and Hintzman just felt like throwing something different. 2 balls and 2 strikes to the pinch hitter. Hintzman winds up, fires, fastball, called, strike 3, and this one is over. And Jalen Hintzman tallies strikeout number 9 to wrap up this one. Pine River-Backus, no runs, no hits, a leadoff walk, but a double play ended that threat. No errors and nobody left on, and the season unfortunately over for the Pine River-Backus Tigers as the Tigers fall to Bertha-Hewitt Verndale today, 6-0. Coming up next is our post-game recap. We'll go through the numbers, got the awards, and we'll take a look at the scoreboard as well. 6-0 our final today. Bertha-Hewitt Verndale moves on in the 5A tournament here on YourLiveEvent.com.
Martin Sports Shop in Nisswa would like to be your go-to store. They keep inventory fresh, this year adding Chubbies and Thread wallets with more new products coming. Check their Facebook page for updates. Martin's continues to be the premier dealer for sunglasses from Maui Jim, Oakley, Costa, Blender, SunCloud, and Smith. But wait, there's more. Martin Sports Shop's selection of swimsuits, quality sandals, wake surf, water skis, tubes, and so much more. Come in, say hi, and they'll show you all Martin Sports Shop has to offer in downtown Nisswa.
Bliss Salon and Boutique in Pequot Lakes is your top spot for hair, makeup, and lash extensions. And no surprise, they've done it again. Bliss is a 2025 Best of Weddings pick on the Knot magazine and our Hall of Famers. And Bliss Salon and Boutique is so much more. Find lots of beautiful locally made and handcrafted accessories and jewelry. Plus, pick up some Pequot Lake's own Oofta Juice. Stop and see the awesome gals at Bliss Salon and Boutique on Main Street in downtown Pequot Lakes.
When you have a project calling for concrete, contact the pros at Shingle Decker Concrete and Construction, offering high-quality professional masonry and concrete services to the Pillager and Brainerd Lakes area. The team of skilled craftsmen with Shingle Decker Concrete and Construction is ready to help for foundations, patios, driveways, colored and stamped concrete, and much more. For your residential and light commercial concrete jobs, call Shingle Decker Concrete and Construction at 218-639-2374. Fully licensed and offering free estimates.
Devin Kruger back with you. Welcome to our post-game recap here on YourLiveEvent.com as today's coverage brought to you in part by Bliss Salon and Boutique in Pequot Lakes, 218 Fitness in Pine River, Sherwood Florist and Garden Center in Pine River, Plumbing Etc. in Pine River, Barnum's Pine River Napa, and Northland Steam Cleaners in Pine River. Unfortunately, the season comes to a close for the Pine River-Backus Tigers baseball team today as they fall 6-0 to Bertha-Hewitt Verndale in the opening round of the 5A tournament in the Southeast subsection. Tigers will finish at 9-9 on the season. For Bertha-Hewitt Verndale, no turnaround this year. Last year after the Raiders beat the Tigers in the regular season, the Tigers turned the tables in the postseason. Not this time. Bertha-Hewitt Verndale snaps an 8-game losing streak, and they get the victory to go to 7-12 on the season, and they will advance in the 5A tournament. For the scoring in this one, as we take a look for the PRB Tigers, Tigers, of course, held scoreless today. The Jalen Hintzman pitches a shutout with throwing a 4-hitter for Bertha-Hewitt Verndale. They got a run in the bottom of the first with the old rundown play. Runners at the corners with 2 outs. Braylon DeLeon purposely got caught in a rundown and stayed alive in that rundown enough that Joseph Elstrom scored from third. It was 1-0 Bertha-Hewitt Verndale. They played it a couple of runs in the second inning. One of them earned, one unearned, a 2-run single by Kyler Vertina that scored a courtesy runner Liam Sunby as well as Chase Jensen. 3-0 Bertha-Hewitt Verndale. They made it 5-0 in the third, as it was a RBI double by Owen Weir. An error also helped a run score. It was 5-0 after 3, and then Bertha-Hewitt Verndale tacked on one more in the fourth after Jonathan Sjogren had been relieved by Andrew Volk. Volk got the first 2 batters out, then a 2-out walk to Jalen Hintzman, followed by an infield single and an intentional walk. A balk ended up scoring Hintzman, and that was, of course, plenty for Jalen Hintzman to cruise today with a final score of 6-0 Bertha-Hewitt Verndale. Hintzman gets the win. I have him throwing exactly 100 pitches in the victory. No runs on 4 hits. He walked 3, struck out 9. Very good performance by the sophomore in the on the bump for BHV today. For the Pine River-Backus Tigers, Jonathan Shogren, the junior, started. He took the loss, going 3 innings, 5 runs, 2 earned on 4 hits, 2 walks, and 2 strikeouts. Andrew Volk relieved him, went 3 innings, allowed 1 run on 3 hits with 3 walks and 3 strikeouts. In the hitting department, Pine River-Backus, no runs on 4 hits, 2 fielding errors, and 5 runners left on. Grady Mungan at the top was 1 for 3. Andrew Volk was 1 for 3. Eli Abraham 0 for 3. Jonathan Shogren 1 for 3. Dalton Myers 1 for 3 with a double. Torrin Desmond had 2 walks in the game, and then Reese Trumbull had a pinch hit spot and walked. Owen Dable was 0 for 2. Dominic Rock pinch hit and went 0 for 1. Ozzie Swidajewski 0 for 2. Logan Tominski 0 for 1 in a pinch hit spot. And Gage Parkin 0 for 2 for the PRB Tigers. Again, Jalen Hintzman was outstanding for BHV. No runs on 4 hits for Pine River-Backus. For Bertha-Hewitt Verndale, 6 runs on 7 hits, no errors in the field, 7 runners left on base. Jalen Hintzman, not only pitching, he's the top of the order, went 1 for 2 with a double, a walk, and a run scored. Joseph Elstrom, 2 for 3, was on base 3 times, scored twice. Sean Schmitz, 0 for 2 with a pair of walks and a run. Braylon De Leon was 0 for 3 with a walk. Owen Weir was 2 for 3 with an RBI double. Zane Waldall was 0 for 1. He walked, was hit by a pitch. His courtesy runner, Liam Sunby, came in to score. Jacob Schmitz was 0 for 3. Chase Jensen, 1 for 3 with a run. Kyler Vertina, 1 for 3 with a 2-run single. 6 runs on 7 hits for Bertha-Hewitt Verndale. The number 3 seed advances with a 6-0 victory over Pine River-Backus. We'll do post-game award winners. We'll try to maybe get some coaches as well as the BHV Raiders move on in the 5A tournament. 6-0 our final here on YourLiveEvent.com.
Nisswa would like to be your go-to store. They keep inventory fresh, this year adding Chubbies and Thread wallets with more new products coming. Check their Facebook page for updates. Martin's continues to be the premier dealer for sunglasses from Maui Jim, Oakley, Costa, Blender, SunCloud, and Smith. But wait, there's more. Martin Sports Shop's selection of swimsuits, quality sandals, wake surf, water skis, tubes, and so much more. Come in, say hi, and they'll show you all Martin Sports Shop has to offer in downtown Nisswa.
Bliss Salon and Boutique in Pequot Lakes is your top spot for hair, makeup, and lash extensions. And no surprise, they've done it again. Bliss is a 2025 Best of Weddings pick on the Knot magazine and our Hall of Famers. And Bliss Salon and Boutique is so much more. Find lots of beautiful locally made and handcrafted accessories and jewelry. Plus, pick up some Pequot Lake's own Oofta Juice. Stop and see the awesome gals at Bliss Salon and Boutique on Main Street in downtown Pequot Lakes.
More big news from Wides Major Appliance in Brainerd. Wides announces a new line to offer you. Now, stop in to see the incredible line of appliances from Speed Queen. Speed Queens are tested to last 25 years, offers warranties up to 7 years parts and labor, and is the recommended brand by most service people. With Speed Queen and Crosley, plus service, parts, and used appliances, Wides is your one-stop appliance shop for major appliances without the major price. See Wides Major Appliance on Oak Street in Brainerd.
Come get your fill at Pizza Ranch of Baxter and Little Falls. Pizza Ranch features plenty of pizza, a sensible salad bar, famous fried chicken, all the fixins, and delectable dessert. Buffet your way. Pizza Ranch on Edgewood Drive in Baxter and in Little Falls. Stop into Reed's Market and Gas Express in Cross Lake. While there, be sure to pick up Reed's Hardwood Smoked Meats, made in Reed's very own smokehouse, located on County Road 3 and open at 7 a.m. 7 days a week. Shop Reed's Market in Cross Lake. Whether it's work.
Welcome back here on YourLiveEvent.com. Bertha-Hewitt Verndale with a 6-0 victory over Pine River-Backus. And first to join us, head coach of the Raiders, Dylan Card. Coming in and, when I did that research, saw the 8-game losing streak, I was like, and I knew, I know the conference you guys play in, and I'm like, I just kind of was wondering what the demeanor was. And one thing that stood out to me, Dylan, was your confidence in this team despite that coming into today's game. And then we see how it plays out in the field. What a tremendous win for the Raiders, and the guys looked real confident out there. What did you see?
Yeah, I think we know the conference we play in, a lot of 2A teams, and so we're prepared for that going into the year. We know that pitching is going to be an issue with weather and stuff like that, so we kind of have a plan going into the year that there are going to be games that we throw some younger guys, and we know when we throw the guys that we threw today, as well as putting the team that we have on the field, we're going to do really well, especially in this section.
And speaking of pitching, of course, Jalen looked terrific. Just a sophomore, but good movement, good velocity. I saw a lot of great things. When you're working with him and you put him in that spot, single elimination, it looks like he gave you absolutely everything you wanted to see out of him today.
Yeah, like I said before the game, he's one of the best pitchers in the conference. He does a really nice job of holding runners, throwing strikes, and that's what we had to do. We knew that we would make the plays if he put us in those situations, and he did. So when he does that, we're going to have a lot of success.
Obviously, on the offensive end, 6 runs was more than enough, but it's also intriguing to me of how you got those runs. You run the rundown play in the first inning. That was executed perfectly with the way Braylon got caught in the rundown, and Joe knew exactly when to take off. 4 of your first 5 runs came with 2 outs in the inning. Talk about those types of things, what you talk to your guys about in being in those moments and just knowing exactly what's expected.
Yeah, we've made a lot of changes to our lineup, and I think everybody can hit at any spot. Our 3 hitters has batted 2. Joe started the year off batting 9, and just moving him around. Braylon is a really, really good bunter, so getting him behind Sean, as you saw, they're going to walk him a lot to try to face other guys. So if he's on base, we want to be able to hit them in and move runners around. So I think really 1 through 9, we can do a lot of different things, and it's not top-heavy lineup. So it's really nice to have those guys.
Really solid win today, Coach. Obviously, you advance into the double elimination tournament for 5A. Great to be here at this beautiful field on a beautiful day. Congratulations and good luck going forward.
Awesome. Thank you.
Dylan Card, head coach of the Bertha-Hewitt Verndale Raiders, join us as now we're going to turn over. I think we have our post-game award winners, so we'll get these guys over here. And I'm sure the last thing they were prepared to do today was talk to a radio guy, but we're going to give this a shot anyway. As first up is today's big deal of the game. Of course, I got a bunch of sponsors to rattle off, so hang on tight with me here. The big deal of the game is brought to you by Riverwood Healthcare Centers, the Pizza Ranch in Baxter and Little Falls, W.W. Thompson Concrete Products of Brainerd, Von Hansen's Meat Market in Baxter, Wide's Major Appliance in Brainerd, Donlinger Automotive in Brainerd, BigDealAuctions.com, Cuyuna Regional Medical Center, Tykes Carpet Castle in Brainerd, Shannon's Auto Body in Brainerd, Liljenquist Sewer and Excavating of Aiken, and Atwater Chevrolet GMC in Aiken. Probably not too much of a surprise, today's big deal sophomore pitcher and leadoff man Jalen Hintzman. Jalen, first of all, obviously, congratulations. Great performance out there today and helping lead the Raiders to the win.
Thank you.
You heard me in the chat with Coach Card, and I mentioned the confidence that he had with the team coming in. Was it a little tough coming into the playoffs, losing your last 8 games in the regular season?
Well, we have a tough schedule, and we stayed pretty consistent through it, but we throw strikes, field the ball. Our team is really consistent, and we're going to be tough to beat.
It had to feel good going out on a day like today after in a span of a week, you had games in the 90s and probably a game in close to some rain and snow this year. Was this about as perfect as it gets out there for you?
Yeah, it's best weather you can ask for.
Early in the game, you allow a couple of base runners and you get out of that first inning without them scoring a run. Did that help kind of boost the confidence of what you were able to do? Did you feel you get into a better groove after that inning? Take us through your day in your mind.
Well, I started off throwing sliders, and they were really consistent. And after a while, they just kept going and going, and it was painting corners. It was really tough to hit.
When you do have a couple of guys on, every pitcher maybe has a little different mentality of how they want to work in the stretch. It looks like you have a good rhythm. You don't waste a whole lot of time. Does anything really change much with you, Jalen, when you're going from the windup to the stretch, other than obviously what you see in what happens before the actual pitch?
No, I just like to go right at it.
Well, and of course, on the flip side, offensively, Coach Card was talking about how this lineup, 1 through 9, you get on base a couple times, you score. Next guy we're going to talk to right behind you gets on base. How potent do you think this offense can be here in this 5A tournament?
Well, if we get guys on base, yeah, we can hit the ball really well, bunt. We're excellent at stealing. Yeah, it's just really hard to beat.
Really fun game. I mean, fun to watch because it was very fundamental from your guys' side. Very well done. Congratulations. We'll get your award hooked up after we talk to Joe.
All right, thank you.
Jalen Hintzman, our big deal of the game. He's going to pass the baton, so to speak, to freshman Joseph Elfstrom, our Enbridge I Bring the Energy player of the game. 2 for 3 on the day at the plate, a couple of runs scored. Now, obviously, so Jalen's a sophomore. You're a freshman. This team has a lot of great pieces to it, and you're still really young. For you as a freshman coming in, what has your experience been like this year to be a part of now your first playoff win?
It's been good learning from the seniors we have. We're a young team, so should be good in the future.
I got to, of course, bring up the first run of the game. You're on third, and coach calls the rundown play. He's going to have De Leon get caught in a rundown. What are you looking for? When do you know it's time to take off?
Right when they throw it to second, play it in practice, you just know what you're doing.
And, of course, you're just relying on the other guy to not get tagged out before you're across the plate.
Yeah, got to be pretty quick.
Now, when you pull off something like that, does that seem to just give the whole team a spark? Because I took a quick glance at the dugout, and it looked like the guys were pretty jacked up after you were able to get that first run across.
Yeah, dugout was loud today.
When you're at the plate, you got hit by a pitch, you got an infield single, you're coming out. I mean, just overall, I want to get your take on it, Joe. How the cohesiveness of this team. How do you guys feel like you're really gelling, and the type of game like this can really springboard this Raiders team?
Yeah, 1 through 9, we have solid hitters, and I think anywhere you put us, we can hit the ball pretty good.
Really nice job today. Great team win for the Raiders. We wish you the best of luck, Joe. Congratulations.
Thank you.
That's Joseph Elfstrom, the Enbridge I Bring the Energy player of the game. We'll take a break so I can get these guys their awards. We'll come back. We'll see if we get head coach Mike Donnell up here for the Tigers. We'll honor the PRB seniors that have seen their season come to an end, and then we'll get things wrapped up from Anderson Field here in Verndale. 6-0 the victory for the Bertha-Hewitt Verndale Raiders here on YourLiveEvent.com.
Technology is crucial. If it's not performing, talk to Watt Computer Solutions in Jenkins, your electronics expert, and voted #1 best computer and tech repair in the Brainerd Lakes area. Repair, upgrade, or buy new. Watt Computer Solutions in Jenkins.
Hugo's Family Marketplace in Pine River is your local grocery store where you can find it all and still enjoy the local hometown atmosphere. Every Wednesday, Hugo's Family Marketplace features gallons of milk at just $2 for $6. They cut all of their own meat, and there is always something fresh in the bakery. A great deli, too. Stop by Hugo's Family Marketplace, where you will always be greeted with a smile. Visit them online at PineRiverFamilyMarket.com for the weekly ad, coupons, fun recipes to try, and more.
Country Doc Veterinary Clinic in Pine River salutes and supports our area athletes. No matter the sport, they applaud the kids and coaches for all their dedication and wish them all the best of luck. Country Doc Veterinary Clinic also thanks all the coaches, staff, officials, and volunteers for taking the time to provide our area kids plenty of opportunities. Country Doc Veterinary Clinic, east of Pine River on County Road 1, providing compassionate small animal care for your beloved pets. Von Hansen's Meat Market in Baxter wishes all the area teams the best of luck. Von Hansen's is more than the best selection of quality meats. Try their famous specialty pretzels. Von Hansen's in Baxter and at vonhansens.com. We bring you the best.
Tomorrow is happening right now. Today, more than ever, the world needs safe, secure, sustainable, and affordable sources of energy. That's why Enbridge is advancing new technologies to reduce emissions, like carbon capture and hydrogen power. By putting in the work today, we're bridging to a cleaner energy future. Tomorrow is on. Enbridge. Life takes energy.
We welcome you back to Verndale and Anderson at Field. Devin Kruger here with you. The Bertha-Hewitt Verndale Raiders get the win 6-0 over Pine River-Backus. Pine River-Backus will graduate 3 seniors off this team. So the good news for the Tigers fans, they'll have a lot of guys back, but 3 seniors, all of them starters, all of them certainly key cogs in a 9-9 season, a 500 season for the PRB Tigers. We want to give a huge congratulations to Eli Abraham, Dalton Myers, and Grady Mongan. For you guys, congratulations on a great season. Congratulations, of course, on a great career for Pine River-Backus baseball. We certainly wish you the best of luck moving forward. I did not see any finals being reported for other 5A baseball games. I'm just kind of scrolling through it right now. I saw Coach Janelle still walking around a little bit. I was going to try to grab him and get him up here if we can. Looking at, but again, no other 5A baseball scores I can find throughout the sources that I have. In softball, again, we do want to congratulate Coach Ben Kinzer and the PRB girls. They kept their season alive today with 2 elimination wins up in Hill City as they defeated Sabika 12-9 in their first game, and then knocked off third seed Calgary North Home 5-4. So they will advance. They'll get the Memorial Weekend break, and they'll be back at it on Tuesday. In regular season baseball, I did see Otter Tail Central beat Pillager 9-5. Albany beat Pequot Lakes 8-2. Staples Motley top Piers 8-5. Little Falls beat Alexandria 7-1, and then beat Wilmer 8-6. Here in Verndale, it's fine. It's Bertha-Hewitt Verndale with a 6-0 win over Pine River-Backus. Looks like, well, again, I saw Coach Janelle, but I don't see him now, so we're going to wrap it up. Unfortunately, we won't get a chance to talk with him here today, but a huge, huge thanks to all of our PRB sponsors helping us bring you today's coverage. Congratulations to the Raiders. They played a terrific game, and they will move on in the 5A tournament. Final score today, it was a 6-0 win for Bertha-Hewitt Verndale over Pine River-Backus here at Anderson Field in Verndale. Thank you for joining us. Enjoy your Memorial Day weekend. Keep an eye on our website, rjbroadcasting.com, for all of our tournament coverage on radio and here on yourliveevent.com. Have a great weekend. Enjoy this beautiful weather. I'm Devin Kruger. Let's do this again.